juicy. I didn't say moist. I said juicy. There's a difference.
I still
Hey,
don't,
Sean, can I
I
tell
don't
something
understand
real
Oh, heads up. No, we're live.
for that word.
What?
Are we live?
Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Fandom Empire Live. The date is December the 17th, 2020, broadcasting to you from just outside Toronto, Ontario, Canada on the Fandom Empire YouTube channel. And we have a fun show in store for you guys and gals tonight. We are going to talk about our top 10 Christmas movies. We want to get the chat involved too. Don't forget to hit the like button if you appreciate the content that you're getting. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. And if you want to throw in your 2 cents at any point and support the channel, you can send in a super chat whenever you want and it will be right on air. However, when it comes time for the top 10 list for your Christmas movies, don't bother doing that in a super chat. If you just put it in the chat, we will quickly rifle off your list in the chat. We're going to be joined by Zach Arnold of the IPC podcast in about 20 minutes time or so. And we'll also be joined by my old co-host from Star Wars Wastelands, Mondo. And it's going to be a fun night. But before we get to those guys, I want to introduce you to the fantastic foursome we have here to kick things off. First up, haven't seen her in a while. I can't tell if she's wearing a Rudolph shirt or a cat shirt. I think it says Rudolph. Kennedy, what's happening?
It's a Rudolph shirt.
Oh, I have you on mute. 1 second. Let's try that again. It's a what? Oh, it's Rudolph.
It's Rudolph.
It's Rudolph.
It is.
What's up? What's new? What have you been doing?
Not a whole lot. Working, sleeping.
Working, sleeping?
That's about it.
And then we have Kieran, who is fashionably dressed for something. I mean, I suppose Christmas. What's happening, man?
I actually wear this year long.
Oh.
No, it's been good. It's been good. I actually had the day off today, so that was nice. Had a pretty relaxing day. Started a new diet. Cleansed my Facebook. So it's been a very busy day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How much stuff is on your Facebook that you had to clean?
Oh
Cleanse.
my God. I always have thought that like I should never kick people off of my Facebook because I like to have the good and bad. Like I like to Like, it doesn't matter what kind of crazy opinions that people have. I like to get both sides of information, so I'm never like too pro one side. Like, I like to know what everyone is thinking. However, lately it's been really impacting me, and I feel like I'm not doing myself any good. So I kicked out some of the people who were getting too political and crazy. So I don't know. It's weird because it's the first time I've done it. I've always, as a rule, never kicked anyone off unless they like threaten to kill me or something like that. Although I think I left some of those people on too. Yeah. But so it's been an eventful day.
It certainly sounds like it, dude. Are one of you guys playing the stream over there? Is that what I'm hearing?
Kieran.
I am.
You're going to have to mute it because everything that you're playing is coming through on the stream.
I want to hear myself twice.
Well, let me tell you, I'm pretty sure you're the only person that wants to hear yourself twice. Also joining us this evening from just outside Baltimore, Maryland, it's Mr. Tommy Bizzle and some interestingly decorated Santa Claus hat thing to the right. Or to your right, our left. Oh, I got Tommy muted. Let's try that again. Tommy.
Oh, thanks. No, that's a Vader with a Santa hat. I randomly got one year. I think Amanda gave it to me. And then I got a Vader here. You can't see it. With a candy cane instead of a lightsaber. So those are my festive holiday decorations. Yippee whippy.
I just noticed that Kennedy's sporting a Batman mug.
You're just now noticing?
I'm just now noticing. That's awesome.
That is very nice.
Just for you, Sean.
I did.
Could be a hint at Batman Returns. It's a kind of a Christmas movie.
And not the Joker.
Not the Joker, though.
It's not a very good Christmas movie.
Joker's going to be my number one movie. Just so I can see Kennedy
Is
jump
Harry
over the
Potter
table.
a Christmas movie?
Stop yourself. Harry Potter, I will happily take over Joker.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
well, all right,
for the
then, I guess.
record, so it's on air and recorded. I can't say I don't like the Joker movie because I haven't seen it all the way through. I just said it was slow, and I couldn't sit through the whole thing because I didn't have the patience.
Okay,
That's all.
you gonna say the other part that you're telling us off air
What part?
about the watch along?
Ugh. Yeah, I suggested a watch along for the Joker.
That's right. That's right.
So y'all can stop hating.
Joker watch along coming to the channel sometime in early 2021. Intel Wild says Tommy B, such a pimp, can't be caught wearing a Rudolph or Santa shirt. I mean, I'm wearing a red T-shirt. This is as Christmas as it
I like
gets.
my
for me.
red sweater. It's very nice. It's very festive.
It's like burgundy.
I'm not seeing that message at all. What the heck?
Darren says, is Rocky IV a Christmas movie? You know, I never really thought about that, but I suppose it could be.
Rocky IV is an excellent movie.
Yeah, I love Rocky IV. It's my favorite.
I think it's most people's favorite.
It's my favorite. If he dies, he dies. All right. Well, as we kill time for Tommy B and Mondo to get here, where we will begin our top 10 Christmas movies list, and we'll definitely go around
What are
the
you
table.
talking about? I'm here.
Tommy is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Zach and Mondo. We thought we would take this moment
Wow.
and show off a little bit more of Haddonfield the Vanished to all you guys. Now, disclaimer, none of this is edited. So we're going to show you the pictures we showed you on the Sunday night stream, and then we have 4 or 5 other pictures to show you, and we'll run the blooper clip by once more. Did you ever get the Wi-Fi, Kennedy, or can you not see any of this stuff?
I have data. It's okay.
Alrighty. Do you have it up, or?
Yeah.
Alrighty. All right, let's do this, guys. Let's dive into a little bit of Haddonfield the Vanished here. And first up, we seen this Sunday. We got One Day PA Mike with the clapboard and Kieran. Fucking flashlight.
See if I can get this. You gotta wait a second. We can't see it until after. Oh, yeah, okay. We saw this one the other night.
I have a video of this if you want me to send it to you after.
That's for the behind the scenes.
I was talking to Sean.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second.
I'll just talk over you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is me as a cop searching the house after getting a call. And very shortly after this, some very actionist stuff happens. So, yeah, it's pretty good. And we reshot a lot of this stuff over and over again, and we're going to reshoot a lot of it. But this was very exciting, and probably the first time I've been. This is like a shot of like the first time I've acted in anything, so that was pretty cool. I'll have to keep this shot.
This is my favorite shot that we have so far. It's Mikey Myers, and I just love the lighting and the way the mask is. And someone's on those stairs. We're not going to say who, but someone's about to meet their end. Frank Riker in the house, chat mod. He says, Kieran, you look like Roger Waters.
Oh, sweet. I love Pink Floyd. What? You don't like Roger Waters? What are you talking about?
We
There's
don't
just too many people that you look
no
like. I know.
There's like way too many.
education.
Actually, there's one person I do really look like. I look like Trent Reznor. If you look up a picture of him, he actually really does look a lot
9
like
Inch
me.
Nails. Yeah. 9 Inch Nails.
He looks like me, though. I don't look like him.
I want to fuck you like an animal. Good
Why'd
song.
you have to go there?
Most people do.
Good song.
Not the name of the song,
Wow.
by the way, Sean.
Wow.
It's actually the second time today I've made that joke.
Wow. Jack Torrance in the house. Alberto, Merry early Christmas to all you guys. Just a reminder that Tuesday we will be doing our final episode of Imperial Remnant broadcast for this year. And then on Wednesday, Dave McCrae and I are going to sit down and just talk sort of everything. It's me, Billy, Haddonfield, the Vanished, and more. And that'll be at nighttime. So, and I know currently planning some stuff with Jason over on his channel, Jason Knight's channel. And I know Darren and I touched base today on not only me going over there to their podcast and doing something, but having Darren and Frank back on the show over here. So
It's like we got a shared universe going here.
kind of like that. I dig that. I dig that. Good way to promote always. All right, let's move on to the next image. And this is a little spoilery, obviously, but it's well, let's just say Carolina ran into the wrong person in the hallway. Dustin sends in a super chat. Amazing work to all of you. Is that someone you know?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't think I've seen a Dustin in the chat before.
Yeah.
No, that's a first.
Welcome.
Welcome, Dustin. Smash that subscribe button, sir.
I actually really like that shot of Carolina.
This one here?
Yeah. I don't think I was there for that one. I was upstairs
You
hiding.
weren't. No, that's when she did the...
That's when I went to bed.
Is that filmed in the basement?
It is.
Yeah, I didn't see anything filmed
It's
in
a-
the basement.
it's
In
a
the
very
by the bunk bedroom.
So the way we filmed this scene is we sorry, one second. The way we film the scene is basically it's designed that when the scene starts, it's very lit. But as the scene goes on and you go room to room, each room gets progressively darker until the very end of the scene is very dark. So it was designed that way, and it really came off pretty well. So I'm happy with that. And then we have the blooper. It's blooper time.
Oh no. I feel like it's one of my bloopers and I'm not excited.
No, it's not.
Okay, good.
The classic me.
Yeah.
If it's the same one that we showed.
Oh, yeah, the
Previous.
fucking tarp flies up into the shot.
It's a juicy one.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny. Oh. Yeah. It's,
Alrighty. Now we're going to quickly show you guys a few other images you have not seen yet from Haddonfield to Vanish. Then we're going to bring Zach in. Sounds like Mondo's having issues and may not be able to make it, which is unfortunate. We actually had 3 or 4 more people that were supposed to be for this stream, and just it's the way she goes sometimes. So this is pre-choke in the hallway here. Carolina is backing out of a room. Not going to tell you what, but she's seen something that is very would make you uneasy. You'd be shocked, which is why she's backing out and not walking straight and walking forwards. And yeah, so
That is a badass shot.
it is.
This is the first time I'm seeing any of this because I was upstairs when this was filmed.
What do you think? A lot of people
I'm
complain that
excited.
it's too well lit, but we told everyone ahead of time, like, you're going to have some of that classic Halloween dark lighting with some of the blue lighting. But some of our stuff is going to be well lit because of the way the movie's designed.
I think most people will be okay with it once they know that the eyes are still blacked out.
Yeah, no, for
think
sure.
that's-
You're not going to see his eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had this one. It's I really dig it. Let's remove that one and pull in another one. Apologies, these weren't preset, guys. All right, what else do we have here? This is a shot. It's actually a screen grab of the clip you just seen. So it's Michael looking down at James, who is named after our very own Intel Wild. This is the lighting I think people like with Michael. Hard to see, hard to make out.
But I feel like the progression with Carolina would actually work, though, the way it's executed.
Yeah, I think
If
so.
it was just the whole scene was just very well lit, I don't think it would be turn out as well, if that makes sense.
No, I totally agree.
I like the shot because I like how you see this just the edge of the Michael mask. Like
Yeah.
it's lit so well that you just see like almost as if it's like a crescent moon, you know, you only see the edge.
I agree.
We have another shot of Michael here coming up the staircase. This is actually, I'll give you guys this much. This is the same scene from earlier. So earlier on, we seen him with Carolina, and it was way more lit. And now you look at this one, and you can tell, okay, the further they've gone, the worse, not necessarily the worse, but the darker the lighting gets.
It's funny because we can piece together some of this stuff because we know the layout of the house.
Right.
But anyone watching would have no idea, right?
Unless they were like really paying attention, had a really good photographic memory, I don't think so.
I'm not going to lie, I love that house. I definitely can't wait to go back.
So when are we buying it, Sean?
Well, if someone wants to send in a 4 or 5, well, actually, YouTube will take their cut. So if anyone wants to send in like a $7 million super chat, we can probably go convince them to sell. But otherwise, probably not.
We can try, right?
We can dream.
I'll save my pennies. There won't be
I
many.
think we already
but
seen this one. Yeah, we did see this one. So we got 2 left. And then we'll pull Zach in here and continue on with our list. Feel bad because we advertised there'd be 8 or 9 people, and it looks like there's going to be 5 of us tonight. But
Yeah, that's right.
okay, so this is actually sort of shots all from the same scene, so we're not revealing much. So this room here is a room Carolina's in. It's actually the master bedroom in the mansion, and this is the room she backs out of. So we did some trick photography where she backs out of this room, which is actually on the main level of the house, but the hallway that Michael's in's in the basement of the house. So quick cut and switched locations, and away we go. And if you look really closely, you can probably see why she's backing up and petrified. At least I can make it out. Might be hard to make it on a cell
She's
phone.
really surprised at the size of that tub.
It's like, oh my God.
What a beautiful jacuzzi tub.
Oh my
so,
God.
So stunning. And the view.
We got an ALB back. I'll be back.
Alberto.
It says hot tub scene?
There,
Question mark.
there is.
Oh, yes.
There is Alberto.
The steamiest of hot tub scenes.
Just for Frank Riker himself, there is in fact a hot tub scene. And we actually haven't even filmed all of the hot tub scenes. So
He bought that perk. He donated enough money to get a hot tub in there.
it was really important when shooting this too, once we've seen how it was completely laid out, that we not only get Carolina from behind. Poor choice of words. But you actually see her front through the mirror, but you don't actually see the two PAs and I filming off in the distance behind her. So you're almost seeing like two different shots of Carolina in one frame, and I dug that.
Very well executed.
Did Frank direct that scene? No, I don't think Frank knew we had a hot tub scene.
It was all a surprise for him. It's actually
With the side of
it's
boots
actually
and
a
atmosphere.
crossover of the hot tub time machine and Halloween.
And our last photo
Uh-oh.
is Michael in some more of that preferred dark lighting that people like with him. And he's got, if you look closely, he's got some shears in his hand. That's right, he took a page out of Jason's book. Michael Myers has some shears, and he's looking down at something. I'm not going to say what, but it might be one dude with his head on another dude's cock. Seem to remember that rather.
That was a great scene.
And the best part is nobody knew until after that take was done.
Yeah.
And if you didn't say anything, nobody would know.
I just made jokes about it for like an hour though, so.
I remember the first time, like, I heard the thud, I was like, oh my God, is he okay? Because, like, it sounded like he really nailed.
Is he okay?
Oh, he did.
You said,
Just
said,
not
are
knowing
you
the thing.
okay? Like 30, 40, 50 times that night, so.
Oh,
And it
worried
wasn't
about
all
your
for the
safety.
same person either, though.
Intel Wild says National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 1989.
It's going to be hard to top.
Alrighty. Well, that's going to do it for our little sneak preview on the shots. Tommy, you got to see a lot of this stuff for the first time. What do you think from what you've seen so far?
Looks exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing it, completed. I mean, you can't piece much together from it, but makes you want to see more.
That's the point, sir.
Why don't you let me see more?
Why don't I let you see more? I
Yeah,
mean,
why don't you let me see more?
I could, but I won't.
You've already shown me a few things, at least inadvertently.
Yeah. Yeah, I could, but I won't.
Just show me everything. I just want to see everything.
Just show you everything.
Yeah, show me everything. Oh,
All of it. All the
You want to see all of it? I'm gonna have to talk to Jade about that, man. She might not appreciate that.
I actually think she'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Tommy
She'll
B.
be
I'm
all
just
right.
going to show him everything.
I feel like
She'll
she
be
could
all
go
right.
either way with that one. I feel like it would be a no,
be
and
all
then
right.
Tommy V might convince her, and then it'd be like, okay. But, like, I don't know.
He's
It's hard to say.
He's like, it's been a rough time down here in Baltimore. Can I just have this?
She'd probably
So
tell
rough.
him to send in a super chat big enough.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, actually, but what was it? Last Tuesday, you were trying to whore yourself out here for $100.
Well, no, I wasn't trying to whore myself out.
Lies.
Intel wanted to know how much it was going to cost him to get a piece of me. That's probably a poor way to word it, though.
I think he was just asking for a date, but
Hey, take what you can get.
I don't know. I've heard from a little birdie. It's a lot.
I mean, as long as he buys you dinner first, right?
Intel Wild sends in a $5 super chat. How much would you say you have in the bag for the Vanished already, Sean? I didn't know the Vanished was in a bag. I mean, I suppose theoretically it's in a bag, but I don't know. I'd say 50%. I think 45, 50%.
really depends on how much we end up reshooting.
Yeah.
I feel like in conversations with you that it's like 50%, but it's 40 if we reshoot stuff that we want to get extra.
That's probably accurate. That's probably a good way to word it. It's sort of the process, though, right? Like, we tried to let people know up front that hey, we're not a professional, crew. We had some fun with it. It was a blast. It's not like It's Me Billy. We didn't have $70,000 to spend.
As much as 70,000 would be lovely.
Yes, I'm sure it would. We would have been able to do all sorts of things. We would have hired an actual director and cinematographer, and I would have sat back in the corner and ate popcorn the whole weekend and just watched.
hey, man, like, if we could get this out and could be interesting for future projects if people really like it. And I think they will.
Yeah.
It could. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Joining us now, he is the host of the Intergalactic Peace Coalition. As we told you earlier, it doesn't sound like Mon's going to make it, but he is welcome to join us from his own home. We'll see what happens with that. Sporting a Blockbuster shirt. I love it. I dig it. Zach, what's happening, man?
Hey, dude, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, because for whatever reason, I'm having a hard time hearing you. But I'll make it work. And I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you, man. We originally thought we were going to have 8 to 9 people here tonight, as we've told everyone watching, and it's down to 5 of us in a hurry.
It happens.
That's
but
life.
it's a quality 5.
It's a quality. Well, I mean, it's a quality 4. 1, I'm not so sure about, but
Which one?
Whoa.
this is the one that should probably just go fuck himself. No, I'm kidding.
That's not either of us.
I don't think that's where Kieran thought you were going with that.
No, I love Tommy.
Wow. Thank you.
All right, so before we break into the top 10 here, guys, I want to take a second and just talk a little bit about Christmas. Going to ask the chat. Obviously, there's restrictions all over the planet right now. Got everybody in the chat who normally tunes in. First of all, take a second, hit the like button. It does help us. Take 2 little seconds and click the... is it a thumbs up or a like?
Thumbs up.
It's a thumbs up. So click that thumbs up button. Thumb looks like this. It's this thing that's on your hand. Click the like button.
Wait, you
it
don't
helps.
push your buttons like this?
No. This usually gets me in the doghouse. This is usually good, but this one's doghouse.
Love Kieran's
I know.
whatever that was.
I'm pretending I have a keyboard in front of me.
I thought you were
the
like
like button.
mimicking a dog because Sean was mentioning a dog.
Yeah, I
house.
get bored and I just go every once in a while.
Exactly what you want to hear from somebody on the program. They get bored. So, everybody in the audience that's listening or watching right now, what are you guys doing for Christmas this year? How have your Christmas plans been altered? What are you hoping to be able to do? Zach, you're first in here. Why don't you tell us what a normal Christmas looks like for you and what the plan is this year?
That's really interesting. I guess I really hadn't thought about it that much, but Christmas probably isn't going to be too much different than usual. There's only about 5 or 6 of us in my immediate family, and so that fits kind of within the restrictions that are in place. So it'll probably just be us. Sometimes we'll see extended family, but we really haven't seen much of extended family at all this year just because a lot of them are at risk or susceptible or what have you. So it'll probably just be my parents and my brother, my sister, my brother-in-law. My sister and brother-in-law got married back in September, so they're going to still be in the newlywed phase. They're going to want to do stuff together on Christmas morning, but then they'll probably come over for brunch or something, and we'll do a gift exchange and eat some food, probably watch a couple of movies or something like that. It'll be a pretty chill day.
So it's kind of like, you're sort of blessed with it being business as usual then.
For the most part. I mean, usually what has happened in years past is like I'll spend the night over there on Christmas Eve and then we're all getting up together on Christmas morning. But now that both my sister and I have moved out, we'll probably just be going over there in the morning time to go see them around brunch time. There's a chance that like a friend of mine may join us just because they have nowhere else to go, really. So it may be like 6 or 7 of us, but I don't think it'll be much more than that.
Pretty sure I know who you're referring to, but yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. That's awesome.
It's nice when that happens. That's when like the true meaning of Christmas comes out, when you can,
Right.
Really make a difference to someone who doesn't have that.
Right.
No, that's awesome. That's amazing. Much respect, man. Kennedy, what's a normal Christmas look like for you, and what's it look like this year?
Well, I usually have like 4 to 6 Christmas dinners.
Bloody hell.
Well, my parents are divorced, so it's like my dad's side, my stepmom's side, like just the 4 of us, and then my mom, my stepdad's side, and it's a lot. It's too much turkey. I like switch between ham and turkey. But like this year, we're just doing Zoom calls with the extended family, and then I think just like my immediate families. So 2 Christmas dinners, which I'm okay with because too much turkey is not good.
Makes you very sleepy.
Yeah.
I'll say this is, like for me personally, I'm good with, there being like a couple Christmas dinners, but if it gets into, 3, 4, 5, or in your case, 6, it's just like, okay, that's enough. Like, I don't want to see people anymore. Give me a couple of days. That's fine. And then I want to go back into my cave.
But I've got it down to a science. So it's like every other dinner is turkey. The rest are ham. So it's okay.
Is that a given for everybody here? Is it like basically, turkey and ham the go-to, or does anybody else have something else as like a main course at Christmas time?
Sometimes my dad does a beef roast.
Always turkey. Although my wife's grandma makes a really nice ham. But we don't always do that every year, so.
So being this close to the Mexican border, we usually have tamales.
Really?
Ooh.
That's cool.
We'll go to a local meat market that's like everybody there speaking Spanish. My mom is fluent in it, and she'll just order tamales for everybody. We get them by the dozen. They can have pork or chicken or bean or something like that. But usually our staple for the holiday season is tamales.
Geez, Frank, that's dark. Wow. Zach, that's awesome because like that's
One comment
not typical.
derails my holiday spirit, just going, man, that's dark.
And that's the chat mod too. Yeah, no, I think that's awesome. Something different and out there. I think Kennedy mentioned that she does pot roast sometimes, and sometimes we do pot roast up here too. But it's usually some combination of pot roast, ham, or turkey at all the places. Tommy, you're pretty silent throughout all this, man. What's it like for you?
It's been changing a bit in the past few years. Family dynamics change and such. Been traveling less recently, but over the years, there were times where I wouldn't have blinked an eye at making 4 or 5 different stops on a major holiday. This year, I think the wife and I were just going to hopefully get together with the in-laws. I think that's going to be it, just mom and dad. And, on a typical year, we have a massive Christmas Eve party. All different strands of the family come together. You have enough food to feed like 3 or 4 families. People like to make things, bring things, and what have you, all that good stuff. You got everything from ham. I think they had turkey once, but that's more of a Thanksgiving thing. Pepperoni bread, stromboli, broccoli, cheese, and some spinach.
Bloody hell.
Hoagies, meatballs, raviolis.
Ravioli.
Christmas traditions, because that all sounds so much better than just turkey and ham.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you, I'm all that's left at this point. But when Mom was around, she'd make a lot of different, Italian American cuisines and what have you. So that was always something special. But I gotta tell you, having grown up with the running around and what have you, I've really been enjoying less running around, more one gathering, that sort of thing, and taking it easy a little bit. Too much running, too much. You see people, an hour or 2 later, gotta go see another dozen people. It's a bit much. It's a bit much, especially as you get a little older and you want to chill on a holiday. But that's just me. That might be an unpopular opinion.
It's weird. I wanted to, if the restrictions weren't as bad, I wanted to do something with the casting crew around Christmas time and go out for a nice dinner and, put up 50% of the bill or something. And couldn't happen. So hopefully when the new year turns over and things start to get back to whatever the new normal is, we'll be able to do something like that. Plus, we're going to have one hell of a wrap party. So
I was going to say there needs to be.
Oh, there's going to be rap. It's going to be right at the mansion, so it's going.
Oh no!
It's going to be a bad cleanup the next day, but
we should.
Whoa! Stop stop that.
Stop
Whoa, Frank Riker in the chat just straight up said Tommy B probably has dominoes too. What the fuck is that?
You know,
Okay, but it's okay because
Fuck
Frank
that.
Riker also said he makes
Oh.
a hell of a prime
Let me
rib.
tell you,
And
if I
like,
gotta eat a big box pizza company, Domino's is probably it, because I don't want that rat shit you get from Papa John's or Pizza Hut. But
Oh, hey, Tommy. Do you think
Uh-oh.
maybe he's talking like chicken foot Mexican train type of Domino's?
what?
What? Yeah, I'm so lost. What?
What the
oh,
fuck is
okay.
that?
No, he's talking about the game Domino's Mexican Train. Yes,
Oh no, he definitely isn't.
I have played that.
He's definitely means Domino's Pizza.
Yeah.
or does he?
Yeah, Frank's poking Tommy.
We will never know.
Frank likes to poke things.
I have no idea what's going on here.
That's the show. Kieran, what's normal Christmas look like for you, man? It sounds like your family's pretty, close. So what's
We are very close, and we live fairly close together. So, like, normally Christmas would be I go over to my mom's house where Thaden lives. So we would go there, and then my other brother and his wife would go. My sister. We have aunts and cousins, and my grandma, who passed away this year, won't be there, but she would normally be there. And like we would normally have a house packed of like 20 people. My mom's boyfriend's kids would come too, and they come in. And we really have a really big family thing together. So, but just like everything else during this pandemic, I've been kind of like trying to take the positives out of it. And the positive for me is that I get to try out having a Christmas at home with just my kids and my wife, which is, I think, what we're mostly going to do. We're going to go to my mom's, and we're going to all go in the backyard where there's like a tent gazebo type thing set up, because you can have more people in the backyard outside. And we're going to exchange gifts there and maybe have some coffee and stuff like that, hot chocolate, keep ourselves nice and warm.
I was going to say propane heater, man.
Probably
Propane
going to be
heater.
cold.
Sounds good. As long as there's no Griswold turkey, you're good.
Yeah, but we're going to do that, and then we're going to go back. I also work on Christmas this year, so I work 3 to 9 at a group home that I work at, which...
How many jobs do you have, man?
Just 2 right now, but I often have 3.
All right.
Like, I don't know. I always think, like, I drop down to 1 because I'll be like, you know what? I have enough money with this one job that I'll be fine. And then when I go down to that, like, I'm always like, yeah, but I do have extra time. Could be making more money. And then I get more jobs again.
I mean, honestly, I respect that, though, because I personally, like, when I'm transitioning between jobs, I can't even tolerate, like, 2 weeks with 2 jobs, let alone, like, a long time. So kudos to you for that.
I'm on a stretch of, I think, 5 months that I've had the 2 jobs, and that means that I work Monday to Friday at a school hours, and I work every other weekend at least. Sometimes I pick up extra shifts and I do 2 shifts in a day, but like normally it's every other weekend, so I work 12 days on and 2 days off.
See, every other weekend's not bad though, because you still get time, like a weekend with your family. Like,
it's not bad. Sometimes it's challenging. It's all to pay for my daughter's hockey, really. So I just keep on going like, it's all for the hockey. It's all for the hockey, which I really love. Watching my daughter play hockey is like
This is off
tops
topic.
on my list.
Off topic for a second, but I have to ask you. You're not one of those parents that, assuming she doesn't grow too much in height, you're not buying her a new pair of pads every single season, are you?
I have bought her 2 new sets, and she has borrowed a set. And the last ones I bought off a teammate for like $200, which is like
it's dirt
that's
cheap.
like
yeah,
pennies.
way less than what that.
Oh yeah.
These are just the leg pads I'm talking about, not all of her pads. I bought a bunch of new stuff last year too, but but she is 10 years old and she's like 5'4", so.
Yeah, no, she's got some growing to do still.
so-
She's probably gonna be taller than me.
Yeah, she's probably going to be taller than me.
You're probably not wrong.
Yeah, oh man, it's crazy. But anyways, that's my favorite thing to do, so I work the extra time to get it, and that is why I'm working on Christmas. That's how we got on this topic in the first place, so I will have a nice home family Christmas, and then I will work.
Do you dare what?
Sorry.
Do I dare talk about the summer that I worked 5 jobs?
Ooh.
I was gonna say, I know there was a couple years there, man, where you were nonstop doing stuff. I was like, how is this dude even living?
You have to list off the 5 jobs though.
Lots of energy drinks and very little sleep.
What was it? What was the hour count on that? Like a week?
Oh, it depended on what I was doing. A couple of them were part-time jobs, like seasonal stuff. I was working for a summer league basketball team that only had home games like once or twice a week, and then I was working for a summer league baseball team at the exact same time. So if they were in town, we'd have like 3 games on the weekend. That'd be like 9, 10, 12 hours a week right there. And then I was working for a limousine company, and that just depended on when the jobs were available.
Okay.
And then I was working 30 hours a week helping take care of my brother who has special needs. So it would probably be anywhere from like 60 to 80 hours a week, depending on who was in town and what I was up to.
That's just insane.
Yeah. The hard part about that, from my experience with so many jobs, would be the scheduling.
Mm-hmm.
Like being like,
Yeah.
what am I doing on Monday? And you're like, oh shit, I'm doing.
I was able to stagger it pretty good. I had to
15-hour
tell
days.
like the baseball team that I'd miss a couple of games, and I had to tell the basketball team I'd miss a couple of games for baseball and stuff like that. But there was one day I ended up doing 4 of my 5 jobs in a 14-hour time span.
That's
Nice.
crazy.
I know everybody's like, get to the top 10 countdown.
Yeah, we
and
should probably do that.
we're going to,
I'm
but
great at stalling, aren't I?
suppose.
I want to ask everybody one more question before we do that. And I want to go around the table here, the virtual round table, and get everybody to tell us about you might be throwing someone under the bus when you do this.
Uh-oh.
The worst Christmas present you have ever gotten in your life. I'll kick things off. Mine was from my now deceased grandmother, who I wasn't very close with, and she I don't know why she thought this. She told my mom that they bought me a Toronto Maple Leafs jersey. And so I opened the present that morning, or that afternoon, I guess, by the time
And
she
it
got
was
there.
a Habs jersey.
And well, it was an NHL jersey, but it wasn't a Maple Leaf jersey. It was a Nashville Predator jersey on the first, like this would have been the first year they were in the league too. And I was just kind of like, I mean, the jersey's cool, but and I mean, I would have been really young at that point. I think they came in '99, so I'm like 11 at that time, and I was just like, oh, yay, a hockey jersey for a team I don't know. Fantastic. I'm just gonna pick someone randomly here. Tommy B, worst Christmas present you've ever gotten, received.
So,
Baby brother.
I don't know if this counts as a. No, sorry, my wife's dealing with a cat outside trying to get it. For a Pollyanna, if you know what that is, like a randomized gift exchange. I was like in grade school and they were doing stuff like that, and I ended up as like, I don't know, first grade or second grade, getting a puzzle.
What's wrong with puzzles?
What kid wants a fucking puzzle? That always comes to mind when I think of like just worst gift ever.
Hey, Tommy, look at the chat.
Oh my
The
God.
messenger chat.
Oh my God. The secret chat that no one knows about.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my god.
Fuck off, Zach.
I was thinking, why aren't you
there's
there?
There's a little kitten apparently outside looking scared and cold, and the wife's trying to get it. See if
You're
that
not
Don't look
helping.
like
No,
it
that's
happens.
not helping it.
This goes back to the pre-live
Oh my
stream
God.
conversation.
Oh.
My favorite, my I think I'm going to change my number 1 to Tommy Saves Christmas Cat.
Would that? I don't know if that would fully count as a Christmas
Y'all are a
movie.
bunch of assholes.
I mean, if he films it on his phone for like an hour and a half, I'll count it.
No. I still don't think that would be too
Oh, I don't
R-rated
think you're going to be too
for
happy with my list then.
Christmas.
Alrighty, Kennedy, worst Christmas gift you've ever gotten.
Oh, my grandparents gave. So there's 5 grandkids on my mom's side, and my grandparents have like their own IT business, and they gave each of us, like back when the Xbox 360 was still like a cool thing to have, got us each a box, but filled it full of socks. So we all got so excited. Everyone unwrapped it, and we're like, "Oh my god, we got an Xbox!" And then they're like, "Open it!" And it was socks. It's like worst letdown ever. Like, at least I got a box. I ended up getting an Xbox 360 later, but like.
So there was a time that happened to me too when the Sony PlayStation came out. I think I've told this one on the channel before, but my dad, because he's a dick, gave me, like, I'm opening it. It's like a PlayStation box, and I'm so stoked. And I go to unbox it, and it's a Sega Genesis in the PlayStation box. And I'm just like, oh. I mean, I wanted a Sega, too, because I had a Super Nintendo. But at that point, I thought I was getting a brand new PlayStation. Like, it had been out only a few months. And nope. No, it ended up being my uncle's old PlayStation box. So, yeah, what a dick. Kieran, worst gift you've ever gotten, man?
This is a hard one for me because I'm normally very content with my gifts. But one time, so we have some strange, we have a strange aunt and uncle in my family, and we call them Uncle David and Uncle Mary, because Aunt Mary has a mustache, so we call her Uncle Mary. And they got me like a children's construction car set when I was like 14. And I'm fairly sure it's because they didn't know how old I was. And I pretended to like it because I'm usually pretty nice, except for when I'm on the show. But yeah, it was.
Can confirm.
Yeah.
My dad calls me the other day, and he's like, "Do you want to know what I got you for Christmas?" I'm like, "I don't care." He's like, "I'll give you a hint. 67, and it's a vehicle." And I'm just like, "Oh my God."
Wheels.
No, like, it's not like an actual car. I'm guessing it's a model kit or a collectible.
I was going to say, I'm going to guess a Hot Wheels.
As soon as he said 67, I was like,
Impala.
67 Impala, yes. Excellent. Love Supernatural. Wayne Gotke sends in a super chat. Wayne, I'm still loving that last name, man. I think that you have the best last name on the planet. Gotke. I can say it like that all the time. Hey, the Nashville team made history as the first team in NHL history where the players had more teeth than the fans.
And then Frank Riker follows that with, and not inbred.
Ooh, hey now. Frank also said, leave that cat alone. It's probably got rabies.
Oh my God. Eternal optimist.
Frank's just all over Tommy tonight. He's seen that hot tub, Tommy, and he got ideas, man.
Frank's sassy tonight. Like, more sassy than normal.
Zach, last but not least, man, worst Christmas gift you've ever gotten?
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
It's
Yikes.
it's Christmas of 2012, and the very top of my list was my own copy of The Avengers that had just come out in May. I was so hoping for that movie to add to my movie collection. If any of y'all know me, you know I've got like hundreds of movies in my collection, and I was really hoping to add that to my list. And we go through about 3 or 4 Christmases, depending on relatives and who's in town and stuff. And I had these grandparents that we always see like 3 or 4 days after Christmas because they come up from out of town. And I made it through all of the other Christmases and didn't get my copy of The Avengers. And I'm sitting here going, okay, Mama and Papa are coming up in a couple of days. I bet they got it. And we get to that day, they come over, and there is a box that's about DVD box size with my name on it. And I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, they did get me The Avengers. I'm so happy. I open it up, and I did get The Avengers. But if you look in our secret chat, this is the copy of The Avengers that I got. It wasn't the one with all of the superheroes. It was the one from 1998 with Ralph Fiennes and Uma Thurman.
That's pretty
What
hilarious.
do you have
titled
against Uma Thurman?
The Avengers.
Oh, God.
I love when that comes on when you see that on the list on your on your menu and you're like, The Avengers, cool, and then you click on it and you get Uma Thurman.
I mean, in fairness, it does have that's quite the cast: Ralph Fiennes, Uma Thurman, and Sean Connery. But
Yeah, but it's also rated 3.8 out of 10 stars on IMDb.
so it's right up there.
I'm
I'm
pretty
not
sure I
gonna say
watched 10 minutes of it one time and was like, no.
Right up there with what, Sean?
No, I'm gonna be nice and not say it.
Why didn't they just give you Dragon Ball Evolution?
Oh God, that was horrendous! What a terrible movie.
See, it took you a minute to figure out what movie I was talking
Right?
about. You don't even know it's that terrible.
I seen that movie I think twice, and I think I nearly puked both times. So
Even worse, the live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender. I want to talk about shitty comparisons.
We don't talk about that movie,
Okay,
Tommy.
but
That
can
movie
we just
doesn't
acknowledge
exist.
they haven't finished the series in episodes, and it's really driving me nuts. Like, I just want to watch it, the rest of it. Because there's more in the books, but there's, like, nothing. There's just the 3 seasons.
Oh, no, that's it. That's all there's ever going to be.
I know,
That
but
show's been done for years. I watched it growing up.
I did too, but
Don't
don't
they have a
pop the
spin-off
of that
bubble
show,
of
though?
hope, Tommy.
They have a spin-off of that show, though, don't they?
Yeah, but it's not as good.
What's the spin-off
It's
called
not
again?
the same. Legend of
Korra?
Korra?
Legend of Korra, it is fantastic. I love it.
Oh, I've
But
heard
it's
Legend
not
of
the
Korra is good.
same. I
I
want the
haven't
rest
seen
of the
any of
story.
it, so-
Before you start a new one, you gotta finish.
It's kind of how I feel about Dragon Ball Super. Like, it's better than GT, but it's not Dragon Ball Z. It's far from it. And
I've been seeing a lot of talk about Super lately. I haven't kept up with the anime news, if that they have confirmed we're coming back. This is when new episodes can air, but I know the manga still keeps going.
yeah, well, and of course, it just got to a point too where it's like they're actually in life or death battles again for like the planet or whatever, instead of just this is a tournament, that's a tournament, this is a tournament, and of course they're like, yeah, we don't know if we're gonna do any more episodes. It's like, of course.
It's super repetitive show anyways.
Yeah. Oh no, it is now. I didn't find Dragon Ball Z repetitive, but I did find Dragon Ball Super was just hit me over the head.
Frank Riker says, I airbent after Taco Tuesday.
Anyway, let's dive into the top 10 countdown for this week. We're doing our top 10 Christmas movies. So after we do the bottom 5, which is 10 through 6, if you guys want to throw in the chat what your top 10 Christmas movies are, we'll take a time out to read all your movies. But we're going to go one at a time through this. Just ask everybody to not, get stuck on their one movie for 5 minutes or something, since everybody needs a chance to talk.
I'm assuming with this list, unlike our top 10 TV shows, we're going to run into the same movies quite often, so we don't need to talk about them every time someone gets to them.
Agreed.
Like if I say, hey, my number 10 is this, we talk about that movie, and then we probably don't need to talk about it again.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go in the way it's presented on the screen in terms of each window. We'll go myself, Kennedy, Kieran, Zach, and Tommy. Number 10 for me is a classic, Frosty the Snowman. I dig Frosty. I always liked Frosty. I remember my younger brother crying when Frosty was melting when we were kids.
It was a sad, traumatic moment as a child, okay?
Yeah, I can definitely understand that one. I do remember being like legitimately upset, and then like even if when I watched it like the third or fourth time, I was like, oh no, he's gone. But like, you idiot, you already know what happens. Like
Maybe it'll be different
You can
this
stream
time.
it for free on YouTube if you want.
This is true.
What do you got at 10, Kennedy?
Daddy's Home too.
Is that Mark Wahlberg?
Yes, it is. And Will Ferrell.
Oh, that's the one with
Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
Yes?
I think he's in that one.
It's
I don't know. I don't know now. I feel like Mel Gibson plays Wahlberg's father in it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mel Gibson's always just Mel Gibson now, anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. I just really like the movie. Also, Mark Wahlberg is nice to look at, so there's that.
I mean, I don't mind saying, yeah, Mark Wahlberg is nice to look at. I'll say
He
it.
is.
Kieran.
I have Arthur Christmas as my number 10.
So is it Arthur Christmas as in Arthur the TV show Christmas special, or that Arthur Christmas?
Arthur's a terrible TV show.
Oh,
What?
that's another person you
What
look
is?
like.
Why are we
Shots
friends?
fired!
You like The Last Jedi, you hate Boba Fett, you don't like Dragon Ball Z, and now Arthur's a terrible TV show.
It was always terrible.
I beg to differ.
Arthur's for goody two shoes.
That was
kids.
that was my childhood. Okay.
Well, you know what? Like in
Are you
my
saying
childhood,
my childhood was not very good.
in my childhood, if people didn't shoot each other on the show, it wasn't very good. It had to be like,
Oh, but horror movies scared you.
yes.
Where?
Well, you know, in G.I. Joe, when like someone dies, they always have a parachute. Like you're like, oh my god, he died. Oh, he's
So
got a
your
parachute
version
in it.
of a
Don't worry
horror
about it.
movie is G.I. Joe without the parachutes.
Pretty much, like yeah.
So
like,
Mission Impossible.
if you showed me, if as a kid, like you know, Cobra Commander got shot through the chest and was like, ah, and like bleeding everywhere, then I probably would have been into horror movies earlier.
That was great method acting.
Yeah, I'm getting good at this stuff. Yeah, Arthur Christmas. It's actually a newer one. I like it. It's very funny. There's a bunch of like there's basically like Arthur and Steve are like the youngest Santas, and then there's the current Santa, and then there's like the grandpa Santa who's like talks about all this crazy stuff that happened in like the World War Christmases, and I don't know. He's pretty funny, and they're all basically like arguing over who's Santa throughout the whole movie, and there's lots of funny parts. It's actually like, it's really good.
What year did that movie come out? 2013?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
I
only
saw
been
it.
watching it for a couple years.
I saw that for my birthday party one year.
Oh yeah,
December, baby.
nice.
Good times.
That's
Yes.
cool. I like that movie. I think it's great.
It actually came out on my birthday,
Oh,
if I remember correctly.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Zach, how about you, man? Number 10, what do you got?
Well, if I'm being honest, I may have done this a little bit wrong because you led off with like Frosty the Snowman, and I treat that as more like a TV special.
I did too.
And so I don't have any of those in mind. I don't have Frosty. I don't have Rudolph. I don't have like
That's fine.
any of those claymation specials.
I only have
Because
2.
It's like
so-
it's
I
under an
asked-
hour, so anything that was under 60 minutes, I was like, eh. So
I asked about that earlier, and he told me about it, and I was like, oh, damn. So I just threw one in there. So
True
my list is
story.
kind of like that, too.
And there's an I Hate You. But I
Yeah.
couldn't tell if you were
Yeah.
trying to say puppet or Muppet.
It was Puppet.
Okay. Does anyone have the Muppets on theirs?
No.
Lies.
Wait, what is Zach's 10?
Yeah, I don't think he's actually said his 10.
yeah, I haven't said mine yet. It's Christmas with the Cranks. I love how helter skelter that movie is, and Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen play off each other really well. I just thought it was a really funny, really cute film.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, the part where he gets the Botox and he's like trying to eat the food is really hilarious.
Oh, everything about that, like that's like my kind of humor. It's like it's got some of the Tim Allen sarcasm mixed in with like helter skelter family crises and like just a little bit of physical comedy, but not so much that it's over the top. Like whoever wrote it, like they did a really good job of balancing those different aspects of humor and put it in together into like a really solid film. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think that one just barely didn't make it to my list. It would be in the 15, but not in the 10.
That's fair. I don't think it would have been in my 10 if I'd been allowed to put in claymation specials.
Hey, nobody said you couldn't.
I actually said in the chat that you could too. So, anyway, Tommy B, number 10.
Okay, just to clarify, this movie is higher up overall, but I was going to include it at first because I usually watch it as a Halloween or in-between movie, but I put Nightmare Before Christmas at number 10. I think everyone knows why that's a cool movie. So.
Yeah. We talked about this a little bit before the show, and the only reason it's not on my list is because I watch it at Halloween. I never watch it at Christmas.
Yeah, and I think that's totally fair. More times than not, I want to watch it earlier and maybe once or twice off season. But it's not unheard of that I watch it closer to winter and what have you.
See, I watch it year round, so kind of a year round movie. I don't know.
Number 9 for me is a horror movie. It came out in, I don't know the exact year, sometime between like 2007 and 2011. It's called Silent Night, not Silent Night, Deadly Night, just Silent Night. It's some crazy fucking asshole who goes around dressed up as Santa Claus killing people. It's actually really well done, and Malcolm McDowell's basically playing his terrible Loomis character again. He has a line where he's like freaking out in this one guy. He's like, "Now you've gone and ruined it. You don't put hummus on a burger." And
He does put hummus on a burger.
and,
like guacamole, yes.
and and then there's this one cool scene in it where he's chasing this girl through like this Santa's village thing, and she's basically running away naked, and he cuts off her, I think it's her one leg at the knee with an axe, and then picks her up and slides her feet first into a wood chipper.
I feel like these
Well, isn't that
special effects
just
on that would be
special?
amazing.
It's we need to do
Not
a watch
quite
along of
what I
that.
think of when I think of Christmas movies, but all right.
Well, hey, it's a horror movie at Christmas time. I had to have that on the list, and I think it'd be a fun watch along to do too. What do you got at 9, Kennedy?
Oh wait, 1 second. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Ooh, the OG, right?
Yes. Just, it's a good movie. It's a classic. I like it. It's funny.
I'm all
I don't know.
about Thurl Ravenscroft's deep voice. Like the way he sings that song, I could never.
yeah.
I could never hope to match his tone.
Yeah, that's pretty rough to try to get that low. I'm not even sure Vin Diesel can do that.
Vin Diesel's a
fun
terrible
fact.
fucking actor. I'm just gonna say it. He's horrible.
Like,
Watch yourself,
People,
Sean.
hey, I get it. He's apparently nice to look at, which is all fine and
No.
dandy.
he was good at the role that got him famous, and then
No, sorry, not even. You go on about subjective about Hayden Christensen being a bad actor. I will take Hayden Christensen any day of the week over Vin Diesel.
oh my god.
I feel like you two will always have a difference of opinion
Oh
about
my
something with some movie.
This is perfect
It's-
though, because if everybody agreed on everything all the time,
That's
it'd be like,
true.
oh,
It's like
this is boring.
Can we just go on to what is it me now? I don't
It's
even
like,
want.
I'm
I
done
don't
with
even want to
you.
get on with it. Like I don't even want like. Oh my god.
He's cleansing you.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm next. I'm next.
Yeah, you're next off the Facebook list. Fucking.
But what about the couple's vacation, man?
I don't know if it's happening. You're not agreeing to go anywhere tropical though, right? So
I thought you didn't want to go somewhere tropical. I thought we said Italy or BC.
I think my wife would want to do that though. BC, I haven't been there. Anyways, is it me yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So my number 9 is Bad Santa.
Nice.
It's I don't know, like particularly in the like Christmas movie list, I tried to keep things with just things that gave me like a nice Christmassy vibe and things that I just really love and gave me like like things that I could only watch at Christmas were pretty much on my list. But Bad Santa is not really part of that. It doesn't really fit in there. I could watch it at any time. But I don't know. It's terrible. I watched Bad Santa 2 the other day, and it was like, oh my god, this movie is just totally terrible. But
Oh my God,
it's so bad that I loved it, and like there's so many funny quotable lines. Like
Wait, you loved Bad Santa too?
I liked it.
Oh god.
It's terrible,
Yeah.
but I like if someone else is like that was a terrible follow up to the movie. I'm like, yes, it was.
Like that
I
to
still
me
enjoyed it.
is like your picture per. You know when people are like, "Don't go make a sequel to that because it doesn't make a sequel." Like people
Yeah.
have a ton of movies like that. That to me is
Borat?
like the picture perfect. Okay, maybe you shouldn't have
Yeah.
made a sequel to that.
No, it's just honestly, it's just like the worst jokes you could think of, like one after another. It just kind of makes you like constantly go like, oh my god, like. But I don't
So
know, that's
you're
what-
telling me that you're talking about The Last Jedi?
I never said that.
No,
You just
I'm
had to
fucking
push
around.
that button,
I
didn't
had
you?
to do it.
Kieran and I had a truce. He wasn't gonna bash Boba, and I wasn't gonna bash The
I
Last
had
Jedi.
to do it.
And then Tommy comes in and just smashes both those
I about
buttons.
had a heart attack there. I thought Zach
Tommy.
had a wedding ring on for a second. I was going to say, what happened and why wasn't I notified?
Whoa!
Hey Tommy,
Wrong
why don't
hand,
you
brother. Wrong hand.
why don't you go merrily fuck yourself?
Get it? Because it's Christmas
Nah.
time.
Yeah, like that means like you can fuck yourself, but you can also like sing a song or something like that. as
Have a
well.
Santa hat on
No,
when you do
that's-
it.
Yeah.
No, Kieran, come on, man.
With
Go
the
sit on a
candy
candy cane. That's what you tell people.
That's actually kind of what we said earlier before in
Well.
pre-production.
Tommy went there.
All right, who's up?
What do you got
Who's
at
up
9,
number
Zach?
9?
My number 9's kind of recent, but I really like the heart and the animation style of this film. It's a Netflix original called Klaus, and
Yes.
it's got J.K. Simmons, I think, as Santa,
Yep.
and Rashida Jones plays a part in it, I believe. And the only thing that bums me out is like the postal worker, like the role was made for David Spade, but then he didn't take the role. And if he had, then this movie would have been way higher up my list. But it's got a lot of heart, and they go back to like some traditional animation style.
It's not like
And
Jason Schwartz takes
It's just
that?
it's a cute story that puts you in the Christmas spirit. So I like it.
Yeah,
Klaus
I
is a
saw that.
fantastic movie. I love it.
I've never heard of it.
It was just last year. It's 2019, I believe.
Gonna have to check that out.
Was it last
I
year?
have-
Yeah,
I'm
it's fairly recent.
fairly sure it's last year.
Sorry, did you say it's animated or live action?
Animated.
Oh, okay.
It's animated.
I mean, I'll take J.K. Simmons anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, Klaus, Klaus. It's about a postal worker who gets sent to like this really really remote post office and has to like turn it around in a year, or else something really bad's going to happen to him. And the townsfolk like gradually learn to embrace him over time, and he like gains popularity with them by delivering mail for them on their behalf to this toy maker, this woodsman toy maker who lives on the other side of the island, and nobody visits him. So the only person that ever sees him is the guy that brings the mail to him.
Yeah.
And that guy is Klaus.
Yeah. The Klaus has like a really emotional story behind him too. It's really cool.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
badass. I gotta check that out.
You guys
That's
are really
really
talking
good.
this movie up, and like I want to watch it now.
It's good. You should
Right
watch
now.
it. It's actually
Netflix, you said?
it's very
Yeah.
heartfelt and good. He's just described it very
It
well.
was years in development, and when you see it, you will love it.
All right, definitely gonna put that on the
I'm
list. Gotta
holding you
watch
to
that.
that.
All right, Tommy B, number 9. What do you got, man?
Number 9 for me, I came in at the Miracle on 34th Street. It's it's an iconic Christmas movie. I haven't seen it as many times as other films, but I gotta tell you, I really enjoyed it. I have my criticisms of it, but we can leave that for another time.
Are you talking about the one with Attenborough or the older black and white one?
I'm talking about the newer one. I've never seen the older one from start to finish.
Okay. I would recommend watching the older one. As much as I like Attenborough, the older one just has a lot more heart to it.
Okay.
All righty, number 8 for me was already discussed. Bad Santa, because Billy Bob Thornton, at least he used to be, fucking amazing. So, yeah, Bad Santa. Kennedy, what do you got?
I have Santa Claus, but the first one.
Oh, is it Santa Claus?
Yeah, but the first one.
You got to make sure you say it right.
Well, you do, because
The
it's not actually
Claus.
Santa Claus. It's
The
supposed to be the Santa.
Santa
Like,
Claus.
they're talking about the clause in the contract with the movie, not
Yes.
the actual person.
As in a clause, the last line of a contract.
Yes.
Yes, hence why there's a little E at the end of it. Yeah. Yes. I just like the part, like, it's just a nostalgic movie for me. Like, the part with the elves and the jetpacks.
I just love Tim
By
Allen.
far the favorite.
Yeah,
best
he's
part of that movie.
amazing in it.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's the height of Tim Allen. Like
For
that,
sure.
It was just like so amazing, and yeah, like he's got so many good jabs at that character Neil. Like there's one time he's like, "You got a bigger problem to worry about. Like, where are you gonna find your sweaters when the circus leaves town?" And like, oh man, yeah, like it's good. And I like the part when when they're interrogating him, and he's saying all the different Santa Claus names, and yeah, They're just like Scott.
Here's
Calvin.
Nicole.
Yeah.
Babo Natali. Popo Tijo.
It's so good.
Love it.
Oh man, yeah, that movie is awesome.
Kieran, what do you got at 8, man?
At 8, I have Home Alone 2. And
Nice.
I like Home Alone 2 better than I like Home Alone 1.
Really?
Yes. I feel like Home Alone 1...
Big fan.
I feel like Home Alone 1 might be a better movie in a lot of ways, but I feel like Home Alone 2 has a way better rewatch value because there's way more like slapstick hilarious stuff. And I think number 1 takes a lot longer to get there.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. So I just think the rewatches, like I make sure I watch Home Alone 2 every year, and if I see it on TV, I watch it for sure. If I see Home Alone on TV, I'll click in on it, and then sometimes I'll be like, I want to watch something else. Or I'll come back when we get to the part where, like he burns his hand on the doorknob or something.
I love both of those movies, but I definitely like Home Alone better than Home Alone 2. And I've never watched the third one. I couldn't bring myself to do it. So
I think I've seen all of them, but
There's
I have
5.
not rewatched
Isn't
them.
there 5?
4, I think. There might be a
There's
newer one.
that
There's a
many?
new one, but it's not the same kid.
Well, it's not the same kid in 3 or 4 either.
I thought they should have gotten Macaulay Culkin and Joe Pesci, and I can't remember the other guy's name, back in a sequel to Home Alone 2 where all 3 of them are trying to break into someone else's house.
That
Daniel
would be
Stern.
amazing.
So
Daniel Stern, I think.
ends up Macaulay's character just ends up being a criminal too, and they team up.
That would be good.
We should do a fan film version of it.
Joe Pesci's paycheck might cost a little much, but
Okay, well, Kieran looks like a lot of people. Can we do like a prosthetic or something to make him look like that?
And the stunts would just go on forever again.
Give me a
Are
solid
you
2
okay?
weeks.
No, I stepped on a nail. I'm not okay. Bring me to the hospital.
hang on, before you do that, you have to trip over these Hot Wheels cars and fall down this staircase.
Mike Bell, is that you?
He could definitely be Marv.
He'll do anything for a buck. And I mean anything. Zach, what do you got at 8?
My number 8 is the Muppet Christmas Carol. Nice. I like just about any Christmas Carol story, but there's just something that kind of brings me back to my childhood a little bit when it's being recreated by the Muppets. So the George C. Scott one, like the live action George C. Scott Christmas Carol, is really good. But I think Muppet Christmas Carol edges it out just a little bit for like the musical numbers and the warmth that you get from the Muppet characters.
For sure. No, I mean, there's so many like really good renditions of that it's hard to pick one.
Mickey's Christmas Carol is very good. I still like the Muppets one better though, but I do like them. I like
The first one or
Pete,
the second one?
I
though?
like Pete being Death at the in that part, and Goofy, but
Right.
But there's 2. There's Mickey Once Upon a Christmas, and there's Mickey Twice Upon a Christmas.
Oh no, I'm talking about Mickey's a
Oh,
Christmas
the Mickey's
Carol.
Christmas. Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, Muppet Christmas Carol's awesome, and it definitely features on my list as well. I love the acting. Michael Caine as well. He's awesome, and he interacts with the Muppets really well.
Mm-hmm. That he does.
Am I a hater for not being a fan of the Muppets?
No, they're
No.
very specific.
I
I've
feel
never
like-
been
No.
to it.
The Muppets are
had a-
very specific.
It was never my thing. Like I don't know.
Are you
wasn't
saying
a
you
whole-
hate Yoda? Is that what you're
Just have
saying?
a really sucky childhood. You're not to blame for
Sean,
She's a young one.
catch me outside.
DAD. All right, Tommy B, what do you got at 8?
Don't even go there with me, Sean. It took me a second.
Sorry, what was it?
The Santa Claus or whatever.
2? I don't mind the second
Yep.
one. Not a big fan of the third one, but
I like them all, but this is where the second one falls in for me. It's a good movie, legitimately. You know, I like seeing the story of where does Mrs. Claus come from, and you see the magic getting thrown around.
Charlie
Wow,
acting out.
Tim Allen's character is gradually losing his powers over time. I forget what his actual name is. Was it Scott?
Scott Calvin.
Scott Calvin.
SC.
That's right.
Scott Calvin.
I see what they did there.
Ooh, I
That's
Yeah,
that's
I
how we
think-
explain the pajamas.
Yeah, that
Oh.
movie doesn't really do it all that much for me, but the scene where they're at the staff Christmas party does get me a little.
Kieran just blew my mind. Like what?
That's how he explained his pajamas. They said, you got the pajamas, and they're like, SC, and then he's like, his son's like, oh, I got Christmas pajamas, it's Santa Claus, and he's like, SC, Scott Calvin. Like, yeah, and then he's just like kind of writes off the story of how he got them.
Okay, see, they
And
just
then he
kind of
runs out in the
dismissed
street,
that line.
and then he runs out of the street, and he's like, I don't even wear pajamas anyways. Normally I sleep naked, but naked. And then like a mom and
Okay,
like a
yeah.
5-year-old pass by, and he's like, like with shorts on and stuff.
Did they ever explain
remember that
what
part now.
happened to the lead elf in the third movie? I know that they didn't bring him back because he looked too old or he didn't want to come back, but was it ever...
He had staffing commitments. He was filming somewhere else, but no, they never explain it.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
All
He
right.
was funny.
Number
Which
six.
sucked because the character who replaced him, what was his name? Curtis or something?
He was in the
like
previous
the
movie,
general
too.
He's in the other
in
movies.
second movie. I did not like him.
Well,
Hater.
I do like, though, my favorite part about that movie is when he's the robot Santa. Like, him being the robot Santa is always funny.
That's the best part. All right, number 7 for me is had to squeeze Jamie Lee Curtis in here somewhere. Halloween? No, I'm kidding. Christmas with the Cranks, another Tim Allen movie. Tim Allen is just phenomenal. He needs to just come back and do a bunch of Christmas movies again, and those two play off each other so well in that movie. It's a classic. Anybody else seen it?
That's why I made my
We
10.
already talked about this movie.
Oh, did I blank on it?
It's Zach's 10?
It was my 10.
Yeah,
That's
for
what I
some-
let off with.
Oh, my bad. I thought you said something else. All right. Whoops. All right. Well, hopefully it appears on someone else's list. Zach and I got some good taste. Kieran, I'm not
Do
so
you,
sure
though?
about. Ouch. More Joker hate.
The
huh?
Wiggles.
No, don't go
Yeah,
there
I went
again.
there. I went there. And I don't take it back.
All right. DAD.
You want to explain that?
No, just don't explain it.
Yeah.
It'll be even better if it just
Oh, I
never
wasn't
gets
going
explained.
I think Jade only knows that.
I know.
Probably.
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
I
but
think
like
it's-
outside of this
Oh.
live stream
Yeah.
and Carolina. But that's
Maybe
it.
Rima. Maybe Rima.
Oh, Rima knows.
Yeah.
She was there when Jade found out.
Alrighty. Kennedy, number 7.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh yeah,
Yes, with the sweater,
representing.
right?
We got. First of all, can I just say, Tommy and I look rather boring tonight. I'm wearing my typical flannel, and Tommy's in what he claims is a red sweater.
I think it's more
This
burgundy.
is a red sweater.
It's burgundy.
But can we give some props to Kennedy, Kieran, and Zach, who all brought up some really cool swag. Blockbuster, the Santa sweater, and the Rudolph sweater. I'm digging it.
Yeah, the Blockbuster shirt for a top 10 movies is a good, nice touch.
I need.
Thank
where
you.
Can I
I
find
thought
it?
so
I met my wife
I'm
at
very
Blockbuster,
intentional with
so-
my apparel
Seriously?
selection when I know
Yeah.
I'm going to be video
That's
streaming.
cool.
Cute.
Yeah, I met my wife at Blockbuster, and we keep our Blockbuster card.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you have it framed somewhere, like with a picture?
No,
You should do that.
didn't go that far, but that is kind of cool.
Oh, that's too far, but
No, I said that's kind of cool. Like, I could do that.
no, that's cool.
I haven't thought of it yet.
That'd be a good gift idea. I'm assuming she's not watching right now, so put it in a
Anniversary gift.
frame, and
Do that.
you could get.
Would be a good anniversary gift because, like, sentimental.
I see Blockbuster. What's left of it, anyways, is now selling puzzles at Walmart.
Not acceptable.
No. Well, they've got a game. They've got a movie game that's themed after Blockbuster.
I saw
Is
that,
it similar
And
to
then-
Seen It?
I'm not
It's
sure.
like a movie trivia game. I've played it with some friends of mine before. It's pretty fun.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
But this actually came from Oregon. There is one Blockbuster DVD movie rental store left in Bend, Oregon. And they still function like a regular Blockbuster, renting out movies and stuff. But then they also rent out their space on the weekends for like Airbnb. and then they've also got a merchandise line. So I was like, you know
getting
what?
ready to
I'm
mention
gonna
that.
support
Yeah, I
local
think that's
business.
pretty cool.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna support local business, and I'm gonna buy one of their shirts. And then lo and behold, they must have been like super grateful that I bought one of their shirts, because like 2 weeks later, they sent me like 2 hand knitted beanies as well.
I think I'm gonna have to order me some Blockbusters merch. Because yes, that was around when I was growing
swear
up.
they didn't. That no, like I looked at my credit card statements. I didn't get charged anything for it, but like 2 or 3 weeks after my shirt arrived, I got another package from the same address in Oregon, and it had 2 Blockbuster themed beanies and a whole mess of stickers in it. That was like, "Thank you for your purchase."
Nice.
And I was like,
Ooh.
damn. Somebody's grandma must have been really happy that I kept their kid employed. I don't know.
I'm just saying, if Blockbuster was still around, I would still go. I miss Blockbuster.
Oh hell yeah.
Me too.
Oh hell yeah. 100%.
It's funny. Like I know a lot of people, including myself, are like, I love to just like look around on Netflix, like on all the movies, and like I spend more time looking for a movie than I do watching the movie a lot of the time. And that was way better when you could go to Blockbuster and just look at movies forever, and then end up settling on something that you've seen 100 times.
Well, hello to you too, Jensen.
I see. Jensen and Jade have just walked in the office.
There you go. Now
It's a Christmas special.
Now you're merry. You got like you got
Congratulations,
a cool
by the
little,
way.
what is that, candy canes on there?
It's an elf. He has a hat too, but he rips it off.
We're at 7 for who now? Who's up next?
It's me actually. And Kenny didn't really get to talk about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but that's okay because Rudolph the Red-Nosed
It
Reindeer
speaks for
is
itself.
also my 7. So at 7, I also have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and it has it. You think of it as being like it's kind of like, you know, it's what you watch every year and it's bland, but it came with the Bumbles, it came with Yukon Cornelius. And like one of my favorite lines to say every year is when he says, what is it? The elf boss is excusing all the elves, and then Herbie doesn't get to leave, and he's like, "Not for you!" And I always say it in that like really exaggerated voice. So like my kids will be like, around Christmas time, they'll be like, "Oh, can we have like some chocolates after we eat dinner?" And then I'm like, "You didn't finish dinner though, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, but I still want some." And I'll be like, "Not for you!" And like a really exaggerated,
You should just say
ridiculous
it like that
voice.
every time you say "not for you."
Every
time.
I'm pretty close, but it's normally only Christmas time thing. But yeah,
That would scare me.
well, I'm kind of scared by children sometimes.
I have a Bumble onesie. I have no idea where it is, but we have a Bumble onesie. Everybody in my family has one, and every year we've given my dog Jack a Bumble for Christmas. Every year.
That's awesome.
Sorry, Jade, I wore the wrong Christmas sweater, but I couldn't. I feel like the other one was not appropriate.
I feel like it would be funny if you guys all like had a trampoline and you could do the Bumbles bounce thing and just like all be jumping on
Kieran,
the trampoline.
I found a DAD Christmas sweater. I'll send you a picture later. It was pretty priceless.
For those
Actually, Rima found it and sent me a picture of it.
I got to tell them what that means. For those that don't know, DAD, we won't get into the story because there's not time for it, means dat ass dough.
I know. Actually, I didn't want to spoil it.
I'm just
Okay.
going to wait for the comments because I know what's going to happen now.
I didn't want to spoil it, but I was like, does that have one of those butt flaps then?
No, it's just a I see where you were going with that, but like, no. It was
like
a knit sweater.
A onesie, like you see in their cartoons where it has like a butt flap with little
No.
little
It was a
buttons.
knit sweater, like one of the ones from Urban Planet or Blue Notes.
And it just says
And
that on it?
it has a deer on it, and it says dat ass doe, but like
Oh,
doe as in
doe.
a deer.
That's awesome. A female deer?
Right. A tropic golden sun.
Apparently, Fandom Empire has a Christmas present. And so it says.
Uh-oh.
It says Fandom Empire from Office.
No, for office.
It says from.
I know, I meant for though.
Shh, we'll say from. It's okay.
Oh, yeah? You telling stories? We'll get back on track in a second here, guys. Kieran suggested that, didn't he?
I think so.
I always come up with good ideas. What is it?
What is it?
Weren't we talking about that?
Yeah, we were talking about having games. Yeah.
There's another gift right there. Here, let me grab it.
No. It's the microphone. I'm not opening the microphone too.
That's cool. Yeah.
Is that wrapped
we'll-
in? Wait. Can we
just
show
need-
off the wrapping paper?
We just need to move so
What
that
am I
we
doing?
can. We just need to move so that we can like. I can be on one side and Kennedy or John.
Does Zach just get mind blown figuring out we're all in the same room?
Fuck yes.
I should
Teleportation. I'm now beside
It's
you.
okay, Zach. I'm not in the same room, and probably for the best, actually.
Like about 2 minutes ago, I put together that Kieran and Kennedy were in the same room, but then you throw the thing over to him, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh man, that means you didn't watch the Star Wars one where I was on every camera.
Basically, he said about 2 minutes ago he figured out Kieran and Kennedy were in the same room, but he didn't know that I was in the same room with them until I threw it at Kieran and he caught it. Yes, the magic of... Where is it here? It's one of these. Oh, there it is.
Oh my god.
All right.
I was today minutes old.
Alrighty, guys.
What are we
Night-night,
on?
buddy.
7?
Baby
Oh, we're
shark.
on 6 for you now, right?
Yeah, 6. No, wait, did we get through Tommy's 7?
We didn't even do my 7,
No.
bitch.
Zach-
No!
Well, why don't they just
My number
go
one
and
speaks to
fuck
myself.
themselves?
Zach, number 7.
Gee. I'm really feeling the love tonight. Man. No, my 7 is the Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
the way that he embodies that character, and especially like the schedule that he's making, like Dinner with Myself and Wallow in Self-Loathing, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm turning into the Grinch, or maybe the Grinch turned into me. I don't know, but like there's a lot of punchlines in there, and then there's a lot of warmth at the end, and like Carrey just like immersed himself in that role so much. And like if there was ever going to be a live action version, I wasn't expecting it to happen so soon, but they did an excellent job with it, and it's a fun one to watch. It's so easy to rewatch. Like if you watch it one night and then like you go to a friend's house and they're watching it, like you would not be opposed to it. You just watch it again and laugh at something else in the movie.
Yeah,
Nice.
There's lots of things to find in that movie. Like, there's lots of lines that you kind of miss or
Oh,
don't
yeah.
pick up on, and things in the background. Like, I remember one year I watched, and it's when the like baby Grinch is in the bassinet floating down, and I noticed that all the Who's were having a party, and they're all throwing their keys in a bowl, and I was like, oh my god, like that's an adult joke.
Big time.
Get Gronk 25 says LMAO. For real, I had no clue they were in the same room.
Okay, see, I wasn't alone. Thanks.
Alrighty then. Tommy, what do you got at 7, man?
I also had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Nice. See, I do think it's going to go a little quicker because I think we're getting into... I know for sure a few of mine have already been said. Moving up. Number 6 for mine is Santa Claus. Just classic. Kennedy.
The Polar Express.
I have never seen that movie.
Sean? Friends
It's on
off.
our-
No.
Don't
No.
just don't
Friends
see the
off.
movie. It won't be good. It's
Kieran,
I like
watch
the
yourself.
first dozen
I'm gonna fight
times my
both of
school
you.
made me watch it, then I can't stand it anymore.
it's terrible.
Is Polar Express Spielberg?
What?
No.
Tom
I don't
Hanks
think
is
so.
in that though, right?
You
Yeah, he
haters.
is.
No, it's a Zemeckis film.
Robert Zemeckis.
Tom Hanks is
But
in it
it's
though,
so
right?
Good.
That part's right?
I think so.
I think so. How would you know,
Oh,
Sean? You haven't seen
It's
it.
not that Tom Hanks is in it. Tom Hanks is it.
Oh, I know that he's the conductor guy.
He's the conductor. He's the ghost. He's Santa. He's the Scrooge puppet.
Oh, okay.
And he's the dad. He's the narrator voice.
Oh,
What?
wow.
And it
Holy
all
shit.
makes sense.
See,
He's
I
a
only
shit ton of voices in that.
I
in
only
that
watched
movie.
it twice, and I hated it both times, so I will never watch it again. So
Yeah, well, you also like Star Wars The Last Jedi. So,
it's fantastic. Oh, who gave him that fucking button?
I didn't say anything, just so we're clear. It wasn't me. Kieran, what do you got
You
at
push
6,
the
man?
button.
6. At 6, I have Elf. And I
Like Will Ferrell?
Yeah. Will Ferrell Elf. Is there another Elf movie?
I didn't know if the Elf TV show did something or not.
No, not Alf. Elf.
Alf.
No, Elf is
Wrong
on here.
vowel.
Alien life form.
I mean, I kind of expect Elf to be on other people's lists, but I don't know. It's just Will Ferrell being Will Ferrell, which is it's always the criticism about Will Ferrell is that he's really good at acting like he's like 4 years old.
Yeah.
Like he's just really good at having the facial expressions and like the child giddiness of being a kid, and then he puts it into like an adult role where he's a basketball player or a race car driver.
Well, it's
or
just like Step Brothers.
like that's what he does. Yeah, Step Brothers is just
one of the most iconic.
two actors acting like they're like maybe 8 and 9 for that movie.
But the best part is those two actors feed off of each other so well, and especially in those characters, it's amazing.
And that's what this movie is that he's super childish. He goes through and does like hilarious things. There is a good like it gets heartfelt at the end. And I mean, if you can have James Caan act like feels bad about doing something, then that's, if you've seen him in other movies, he's usually a heartless bastard. So
I mean, he is in this one too, but
well, yeah, but
he gets a little mushy.
He turns it
gushy at the
around.
end.
He gets the Christmas spirit. And
they got him to sing.
Oh my god! I just realized a movie I should have put in here. Jesus fuck.
What do you got at 6, Zacharoni?
Probably one that nobody's ever heard of, but I found it on Netflix a few years ago. It's not on Netflix anymore, but I made sure to get a DVD copy of it so that I could watch it every year. It's a little low-budget film that they blew most of their budget on getting a guest cameo by William Shatner in it. It's a film called A Christmas Horror Story.
Oh.
I might have heard it, but I've never seen it.
It's
like
god awful,
really
and that's
good.
why I love it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Basically, this zombie virus invades the North Pole, and it really only affects the elves. And Santa basically has to fight off all of his helpers in order to escape the North Pole and deliver his gifts come Christmas time. But there's
awesome.
other hell breaking loose. It's like multiple stories being told in one town all at the same time. And like there's this one about a family that goes trespassing onto somebody's property to get a Christmas tree, and they end up bringing home a tree that had a changeling in it, and the changeling swaps places with their kids and wreaks havoc on their apartment complex.
That actually sounds pretty badass, not gonna lie.
It was actually pretty good. And then there's another scene about a family that has been like really terrible to the aunt, and so the aunt puts a curse on them, and when they go home, the Krampus chases them the whole way home.
Okay,
This
I need
sounds
to
like-
find this movie because I need to watch it.
This sounds like such a Zach movie. Like this has
it's
you
totally
a
written
that movie,
over.
and that's why I love it so much.
I
This is like the B-list, terrible written, terrible acting stuff. William Shatner plays the local town DJ. And so as the news reports of these different things keep breaking out, they keep cutting back to Shatner in the radio studio, reporting on them in only the way that his Captain Kirk sultry voice could.
Oh my god. I have to watch more of your stuff because I feel like you always being like, it's so bad it's good is like very much like my taste in movies.
Oh, dude, if that's the stuff you want, I can send you like a whole list of things that are like on Amazon Prime and stuff that are just awfully amazing.
I
Please
forgot
do.
the name of
Do
that
it.
thing that I was supposed to watch last time I was on a cast with you. You said it was like Sharknado.
Zombies.
Zombies?
Zombies.
Okay.
That just sounds horrible.
Zombies is pretty bad.
it just-
It's like,
Bad.
Just the name makes me cringe so bad.
yeah, it was the filmmakers who make the Sharknado movies. It was their response to
God.
Jurassic World back in 2015.
That just
A
Nice.
zombie
I got
virus outbreak at a zoo where all the animals turn into zombies and like chase people and kill them and stuff.
That whole combination just makes my head hurt.
Oh man.
Velocipaster.
The Velocipaster is great. Yeah. Santa Jaws. I need to watch Santa Jaws. It's about a killer shark with a Santa hat on it.
Oh my god.
Oh man! See,
No.
if you ever venture into another podcast gig away from IPC, you got to do it like just based on terrible movies that have value.
I would love that. I wish I had the time for that. I've got like 5 or 6 different podcast ideas I want to do, and reviewing cheesy B-list horror flicks would totally be on the top of my list.
Oh,
like,
man. I would love
like
that.
I would do watch-alongs and just gradually get drunk to them.
I
Like,
watched
that would be the
Gradually,
podcast.
Not all at once.
I
just
watched
gradually.
Leprechaun in Space yesterday. That's
Yep.
a terrible movie. Oh,
The
man.
whole Leprechaun franchise is just ridiculous. There's
Oh
a
my
local bar that only plays the Leprechaun movies on repeat on their TV screens because they figure
Yeah,
you're so
I'm out.
drunk you're not going to notice anyway.
That's
I'm out.
awesome. Oh my god, that's awesome.
Tommy, what do you got at 6, man?
So for me, for 6, I put down A Year Without a Santa Claus. I've always loved that one, but I've come to understand over the years, I think it's a hit or miss for some people, and I honestly don't know why.
So much of a miss, I've
that's-
never even heard of it.
Is that with
Is
the coal
that the
miser
one with
and
the
the
heat
heat miser? Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's the original
Yes.
one with the heat miser and whatever the cold motherfucker's name is. I forget.
That's just his name now.
Oh,
the heat
man.
miser and the cold motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean,
Cold
the
motherfucker.
sequel, that one came much later. That was only made like 2008, 12 years ago or so. But yeah, Year Without Santa Claus is basically my favorite. I think of all those old school animated ones.
I've got a friend on my Facebook list who changes his profile picture to the heat miser the day after Thanksgiving, and he leaves it up there till New Year's Day. So I always have this constant reminder of that show, but I never get around to watching it. Like, it's not part of my collection,
Well, it's
and
not
I don't find
easy
it on
because
streamers.
it doesn't fucking stream anywhere.
So
Right.
there's a whole bunch of those movies. Those are they Rankin Bass movies? Or what are they? I forget what you would call them. But
I don't think
I don't know what you
those
call
are
it, but I
ranking
know
best.
that
No,
all
they're
a
not,
lot
or
more
are
that
they-
holiday animation?
either way, they're all the
sorts.
same animation, and they used to come out with one every year. But everyone just remembers like Rudolph and Santa Claus, and then some people like The Year Without a Santa, and there's one called like Rudolph's Shiny New Year, and there's one that's something to do with Christmas in Ireland, and there's a crazy screeching leprechaun banshee involved, and
Pardon?
something to do with like if you, like, I don't know, it's like if you don't grow potatoes you'll cry forever, or there's a whole bunch of crazy stupid stuff in it. It definitely
That's
got to
very
the end of
Irish
the
of them.
list.
This live stream took a whole nother turn.
It's a
Down
Christmas
dark
special,
rabbit
I
hole.
swear.
It's top 5 time, but before we do, I'm gonna just list off some of the things people have posted in the chat here. Where do we have? Matt Whitfield said Harold and Kumar Christmas. Jack Torrance said The Shining. Shocker. Sorry. Kenny had the Santa Claus and the Muppet Family Christmas. Matt Whitfield had Scrooged. Frank Riker says he loves The Grinch. Kenny had Home Alone 2 as well. Jesse has Bad Teacher on there. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot Bad Teacher is a Christmas movie.
So.
Technically. Kind of, not really.
All right, number 5. I'm going to cheat here. I'm going
No
to say
cheating.
A Christmas Carol, but instead of mentioning one specific rendition, there's just so many good ones that just give me any rendition of it. And I mean, some are better than
Cheater!
others, but yeah.
Cheater.
What do you got at 5, Kennedy?
I have Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Have any of you even seen that?
I'm sure
Probably
I've
not.
seen it.
It's been a few years.
See, it's so good. But the first one.
Alrighty, Kieran.
I have, this is like one that could be on my number 1 just because this is the one I make sure I watch every year. It's Jingle All the Way.
I love that movie, but it's not on my top 10.
It's, you know what?
Didn't make my 10, but honestly, that's probably Jake Lloyd's best movie.
Yeah. Good
He
point.
doesn't have a long list of them, in fairness.
Yeah, I hear he's not doing so well. I like the movie a lot, and but the reason it's super special to me is I am a toy collector. I have lots of collectibles, lots of action figures. I probably have like at least 10,
what kind of toys?
At least 10,000 action figures in my house. You'd like to know, you little.
Kind
Please
of
enlighten
action.
us.
No, I have spent, I have like $200 action figures, and I have like action figures from like, I have action figures from like the 60s and 50s, and I have all sorts of cool stuff in my collection. And most toy collectors and even like toy collector groups that I am in on Facebook and things like that, they all love this movie because it's all about running around trying to get this action figure. And that's like, I've done that. Like, I think when the most recent AEW wrestling figures came out, I like hunted for them. I woke up at 6 a.m. to run to several Walmarts several times to see if I could get them. And that's what this movie is about, is just trying to get that action figure. And then also in the background of him searching for the action figures, there's a whole bunch of like 90s X-Men figures on the wall and stuff like that. And that just like, I can't, like, there's nothing else that gives me that sort of like feeling of when I was a kid and I just always wanted to hunt for certain action figures. And so that's the big thing about it. Other than that, it's also a really hilarious movie. Great rewatch value. Like you can watch it over and over again. And, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it.
Matt Whitfield sends in a generous super chat. He says, my number 5 is Die Hard in capital letters. It's a freaking Christmas movie. So I have a 2-part response to this. Number 1, thank you for that generous super chat. It's appreciated, man. And my number 2 is this is my thoughts on Die Hard being a Christmas movie.
Matthew.
I love how he's generous with the super chat just to try and mask the fact that he's trying to prove that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Matthew. Oh, honey, sweetie, Matthew.
Listen, Matthew, listen.
To Zach, we listen.
Dear, sweet, innocent, poor, broke-ass Matthew. Honey child, what the fuck are you thinking? $20? You just paid $20. Do you know how much gasoline I can buy with $20?
I don't know
That's
how
about
much
a half
gas
tank
where
of
you are.
gas in my
Oh
in
my
my
God,
car.
I'm beat red.
Is
Fuck.
that an American?
Do you know how many times I can go to Wendy's and get the 4 for $4 with $20?
What's a 4 for 4? That must-
4 items
Five?
for $4.
we definitely don't have that up here.
Yes, we do.
What?
It's
5
legit?
times?
Yeah. Goodness gracious, Sean.
Want to hear something that's kind of
I
a
don't know
sin?
if it's 4 for $4, but we do have a value pick meal.
I know we have value menu, but I don't think it's 4 for 4.
No. Like, it would probably be, I don't know.
4 for 8? No
Yeah,
in Canada's
probably.
dollar?
Probably.
4 for 5, 4 for 6.
Something like that.
I actually like Die Hard 2 better than Die Hard 1.
But it's not a Christmas movie.
It takes place during Christmas as well.
But it's not a Christmas movie.
No, it's not a Christmas movie.
Would you
I
say
don't-
Step Brothers is a Christmas movie?
No.
Okay, then Die Hard is not a Christmas movie either.
I mean, at the end of the day, if Die Hard's a Christmas movie to you, Matt, that's all that matters. But that little
Playing nice.
that little Zach and Matt thing that just happened was
That was
absolutely
pretty
priceless. Need to clip that out. Zach's like, $20. Good thing Zach wasn't in here on one of those days where Intel's just like, yeah, you know what? Here's a $50 super chat or a $100 super chat.
Yeah, just to
Followed
say,
by a
like,
$20
yeah.
super chat of Die Hard is a
What?
Christmas movie.
he'll send in a $50 one just to be like, hey guys, you're doing great.
And just 20 for Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Don't mistake me. I love you guys.
Oh boy,
But
here we
not
go.
enough to pay $20 to make my chat turn orange on the video feed.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna watch this back later and just screen
All right,
record
we
that
do.
whole
We
thing.
normally don't do this, but I'm gonna. This is just we're winging this. Don't hang up.
Oh,
I'm gonna
dear.
answer it.
Oh, what are we doing here?
What just happened?
I don't know what just happened. I think Skype might have crashed when I tried to...
I heard a doo-doo, and that sounded like a bad Windows noise.
It did. Are we still live? Can you guys confirm that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still seeing stuff unless we crash right after this.
The call's on hold, apparently.
Oh.
Hang on.
Are you trying to bring in Mondo now?
He was trying to call in.
Zach is frozen.
This is not a call-in show. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit. What did I just do?
You might
try
have
to join the
frozen
call.
Zach.
Is Tommy frozen?
See if I can fix this.
No, I'm here.
All right. I think I might have potentially fixed this.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Matt, by the way, for those that don't know, Matt is a guy I've done some podcasting with in the past. So we normally don't do call-ins, Matt, but I'm basically saying because you have a connection, you can call in. They don't see your video, but they do hear your audio, man. I'll let you defend Die Hard being a Christmas movie for a second.
You have 5 seconds.
I got 5 seconds. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, man. Oh, turn down your speaker
Okay,
because
you
I can
have
hear the broadcast in the background.
Okay. You have 2 separate movies that were actually shot in December in the movie, on set, that came out in December, that the movie took place during the Christmas holiday. How can you tell me that is not a holiday season Christmas movie?
It may have been. Lots of movies are released in the holiday season. Doesn't mean they're Christmas movie.
I haven't seen Die Hard since I was like legitimately probably like 12 or 13 years old.
Wasn't one of the more recent Star Wars movies released on Christmas?
Basically every Star Wars movie with the exception of Solo.
So they're all Christmas
The Last
movies?
Jedi wasn't. No, Solo wasn't.
There was a reason why Last Jedi wasn't released on December 25th. We're not going there.
Get this Boba Fett lover out of here.
Matt, before we let you go, man, I just wanted to say that we appreciate the support, dude. You're one of our every weekers or every dayers, depending on how much content we got coming out. You have anything you want to say before we kick you back out to the visitor room?
No, you're good. I just needed to get that out. It is a freaking Christmas movie. I don't care what any of y'all say. Love y'all.
You know what? I just did a little Google search, and Gazette.com says, and I quote,
En français.
The screenwriter who wrote it says it's a Christmas movie.
Well, Ryan Johnson said, never mind, I'm not going to go there.
Just like George Lucas makes up a new fact every week.
You're not wrong about that.
Gazette.com is about as reliable as Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, I mean, Wikipedia is all fact, right?
They got that covered, you mean, right?
And unicorns are real.
Look, at the end of the day, Matt, if you think Die Hard's a Christmas movie, that should be all that matters. But, yeah, dude, we'll definitely see you in the new year. And I know we want to do some more stuff with Camp Haddonfield. And again, man, thank you for the support. All right. I was waiting for a response there, but he didn't say anything. So
where are we?
We are at number 5, and I believe it is... Kennedy, did you give your number 5? I gave mine. I cheated.
I said Jingle All the Way.
Okay, so Zach at 5?
Is it to me? Okay.
Kennedy, what was your 5 listed as?
Mine was Mickey's Once Upon Christmas.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We universally rejected that, I think.
Well,
before I give my 5, I'm just gonna stir the
not
pot
PG.
a little bit.
Ooh, okay.
If y'all are gonna make the case that Die Hard's not a Christmas movie, then you should also make that case for Home Alone.
But he gets left alone for Christmas and defends his house during Christmas.
I don't know.
Yeah, but the holiday shouldn't matter. The premise is still the same, whether he gets left on the 4th of July or New Year's or somebody's birthday. He could still have that same being Home Alone crisis regardless of the holiday.
Okay, then Kieran.
No,
I
that's
guess you
not
gotta
true.
pick another
That's not
9.
true. In the Home Alone 2, he's defending the toy store because they're donating the money for the Christmas drive.
I'm not talking about Home Alone 2. I'm talking about Home Alone.
I put Home Alone 2 on my list, so that's fine.
Then
I'm
you're
talking
all
about-
good.
I'm talking about Home Alone 1, where he gets left alone at home. He's
During
not at home in Home Alone 2, by the way. So I don't know why they call it that, but that's another thing.
The home away from home alone.
He's gonna get critical about Home Alone 2, but then he's like, yeah, Zombies is the best.
Michael Bish in the chat says Home Alone is, I think that's 1
Billion,
million
I think.
or 10 million.
10 million, yeah, 10 million.
Percent.
That's a
Christmas
lot.
movie.
It's a lot of percentages there. 10
There's a
million.
lot of
Can I
there-
make
there's
that
a lot of
much
Christmas
times
stuff
my
in it.
normal rate of pay? That'd be great.
There's
It's
There's
a
my-
Christmas
there's my
movie,
pop
end
stirring.
of
My number
story,
5
mic drop.
is actually just it's more in honor of my mom.
Mm-hmm.
She loves this movie. Whenever she finishes work, she's a teacher, and whenever she's off for the break, the first thing she wants to watch is White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. And I love her, and so I love that movie. It's a little long for my taste, but it's really cute. It's really sweet. It's got some good musical numbers, and I just always associate it with family time and Christmas break because that's generally around the time that we watch it.
Awesome, man. I like that. I like that it has a personal connection to you. That means something. I think whenever anybody has.
When we get into these 5, there's going to be like more personal stories attached to each one of them. Like the last ones are just because I enjoy them. These top 5s are going to be more like I've got reasons.
Tommy B, number 5, man.
The Santa Claus.
All right. Well, that's come up a few times. We'll keep moving then. Number 4 for me, and I swear I didn't do this. Just like this is pure coincidence that it ended up number 4. Number 4 for me is 4 Christmases. I really dig that movie, and I mean, hey, if you're a fan of The Mandalorian, don't forget Jon Favreau knows how to act too, and he's fucking gold in this movie. Absolutely gold. Speaking of Favreau, this is off topic, but Kieran, have you seen him in The Replacements?
Yes,
Yeah, he's great in that too. So
He's great. Yeah, he's good in most things that I've seen him in. He's good as Happy
yeah,
in Iron Man movies. He's good.
I dig him, and his chef show's fantastic, and the movie was good too. So number 4 for me, 4 Christmases, Kennedy.
First, I'm going to acknowledge this chat that everyone has unanimously kicked Zach off the show for saying that Home Alone is not a Christmas, Home Alone is not a Christmas movie, and Jade has even gone so far to say that he is no longer invited to the wedding.
Well, in order to say that, I think people would have to also realize that we've actually asked Zach to be the masters of ceremony at the wedding. So,
Fair enough. Guess he can't really be uninvited.
no.
He can be temporarily uninvited.
That makes it harder. Yeah.
Alrighty, what do you got at 5?
4.
4, 3,
Ready?
4.
2.
2,
1.
7, 7, 7,
83.
7.
No. Fred Claus.
Fred Claus.
Red Claus. I just like the whole story where he's like the grouchy brother and like kind of saves Christmas.
Is that Vince Vaughn?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's got
2 Vince Vaughn movies in a row. Can we make it
Stop.
3?
It's got Giamatti in as well.
Kieran, what do you got at 4, man?
I did have Muppet Christmas Carol, but since we already talked about that, something I wanted to add in that probably would be a lot earlier in this list: the He-Man Christmas Special.
Stop yourself.
The He-Man Christmas
The
special.
He-Man Christmas Special
Neato.
is so amazing. It's so good, and it's good because it's bad. So Skeletor ends up taking care of these children and getting the Christmas spirit. And there's like a bunch of parts where he's just like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. It's good and I'm bad. I must be getting the Christmas spirit. And it's just like hilarious. It's
Completed by the voice. I kind of dig the voice.
oh man, Skeletor voice is my favorite. I love doing Skeletor voice. I do it quite often in my life.
Jade says, Zach, just for that 7 reference, you're back in.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody got that reference.
Alrighty. Number 4, Zach.
Over to me. Okay. My number 4, it's usually higher up, but as I was making the list, I was like, I guess it is only number 4, but like it kind of fluctuates. It could be my number 2 next year. It's the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. His sarcasm, his wit, the story that they tell. I mean, it's almost like I'm watching what would happen to me if this happened to me. Like that's just how I would act if I came squeezing out of a chimney of a stranger and some kid asked me how it was. I'd definitely be like, I feel like I'm on an episode of Cops. like that's just how my response would be.
You know what I do want to say about this movie as well is I think this movie is usually higher up on the list or it has a sentimental attachment for kids who have separated parents.
For sure.
Because of the story that goes on there.
Oh, 100%.
I just like ragging on Neil.
Yeah. Oh, man. So good. He listens to me, Dad. Yeah. And then he charges
you for it.
So good. Oh, man.
Jason Knight, who you can check out his YouTube channel and also a cast member in Haddonfield Vanished, pops by saying hi, guys. Keep up the great work, everyone. You too, Jason. You too, man.
Yeah.
Tommy B, what do you got at 4, man?
I'm going to cheat like you cheated
since
you set the precedent earlier.
Yep.
So I guess I should have mentioned this earlier. My wife helped me make my list, so she is very much represented here.
She should have been on. Should have brought her on.
She needs to take it easy tonight. It's been a long work week. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And when I say How the Grinch Stole Christmas, she has always adamantly argued that the live-action version is the superior film. And I've tended to bend that way and agree with her because although I grew up with the animation, I get it. You know, it's longer, there's more exposition or what have you. The Illumination film, I forget if it came out last year or the year before, but I saw it last year. I gotta tell you, I loved it. Now, for those of you who don't know, Illumination is the studio that brought out Despicable Me, the Minions, all the stuff like that.
Sing.
So,
hot take, Sing is Illumination's best movie.
Sing?
Sing is awesome.
Was not a fan.
I don't know if I've ever seen it before.
It's a good movie.
It's good.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out, but yeah, so that's what I got there for number 4. The Grinch brand is very much represented for our holiday watch list.
All righty, it's podium time, everybody. The top 3. Okay, by the way, shout out to Intel, who I just bothered. I said he's being quiet tonight. Turns out he's still working and driving. So for doing what you do and making sure... Intel's kind of like everybody's Santa Claus. He's making sure everybody gets their shit. So we're thinking of you, man. Drive safe. Don't text and drive. But listen. Totally listen. Number 3 for me is Rudolph. We don't need to get into it again. It's a classic. It's great. I noticed that there's 2 different there's TV specials, but there's a longer one, and then there's a significantly shorter one. If you can find the longer one, that's the one to watch.
Yeah, agreed.
Longer one gets in.
What's the difference? Like, what's included in the longer one that's not in the shorter one?
The longer one has like a extent, like when him and the ice monster go and get lost on the other side of the sea, basically, or whatever. It's him and what's the girl's name again?
Clarice,
yeah.
Clarice. Okay, yeah. So they all sort of have like their adventure that lasts a lot longer in that one.
That's the one that's on my list.
There's the one I saw recently on TV. The Bumble fight didn't make any sense because they cut something out of it.
They chop a lot
version,
of it,
right? Yeah. That's why the longer version is the best.
I watched Frosty on TV not too long ago, and they cut out the part where the police officer swallows his whistle. He's like, if it's for his first time coming to life, it's no big deal. And then he's like, and swallows his whistle. And I was like, that's like one of the best parts. How could you cut that
out? Michael Bish says, Kieran just asking because the opening of Lethal.
Everything.
Kieran just asking because the opening of Lethal Weapon is literally a Christmas song. Matt Whitfield says it's number 3, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I like that, but I don't like it as much as just Silent Night. And Jess says Shaniqua. Do I not know that? I don't.
What's a Shaniqua?
I don't know. You want to clarify that, Jess? Anyway, number 3, Kennedy.
I put Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas.
Oh, wow. You're obsessed with the Mickey, huh?
Okay, it's a nostalgia thing. Like, I remember I had those movies on DVD. My brother actually preferred Once Upon a Christmas. I preferred Twice Upon a Christmas. We'd always argue over which one we put on first, but, like, it's just a nostalgic moment for me. I don't know. I really like it.
Oh.
It's close to home. What'd you do?
That was my elbow popping.
Wasn't so funny, was it?
No, it wasn't. All right, Kieran, what do you got at 3, man?
So I just want to explain that thing about Lethal Weapon, though. So I said in the chat that it's Shane Black. Shane Black often writes in Christmas as his background to his movies, just like in Iron Man 3, Lethal Weapon, and there's, I think, 2 more examples. Can't pull them off the top of my head. But, yeah, he often just fits Christmas in the background, so just wanted to point out that that's what mine was. We are on number 3, correct?
Yes.
My number 3 is the Jim Carrey Grinch. It's super quotable. I used to have a dog named Max who was super tiny, and I would always like walk down the stairs when my kids were still eating breakfast, and I'd just be like, Max, get my cloak. And just like, I would like to quote him all the time, and like, there's so many great lines in it, and we talked about it already, but yeah, just so many great quotable lines. I even watched it in French one year because it was on in a French class that I was helping out in. And it was like even funny to watch it in French.
Honestly, the best, and in my opinion, the only version that exists of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Like, yes, there's the animated one, but I feel like the Jim Carrey version is
the original
best,
animated one is a classic, and you can watch it quickly, and I like it.
Get out.
It's not the same to me.
You want to post the GIF too?
Is it? Yeah, if I could, I would. Yeah. Ouch!
Shall I follow that up with the Wiggles?
Oh, please don't.
Oh, yes.
Zach's got all sorts of funky things happening with his cam, so he sort of looks like he's oh man, what's Superman's enemy? Is it Doomsday? Is that the one? No. Anti-Superman. What the hell's his name?
Oh, Bizarro.
Bizarro, that's it.
Yeah.
He almost looks like Bizarro with the way his camera keeps acting up, and now it's not doing it. Go figure.
Maybe his equipment is as low budget as his favorite movies.
The good part about live streams
no,
on
Zach's got
YouTube is
good
you can go
equipment.
back. You can always rewind.
Although I'm telling you, Zach, if you ever get the free time, that doing a podcast just on those type of movies, man, that's money. Money.
I'd be in for that.
Zach, what do you got at 3, man?
I feel like I need to defend myself just a little bit there, Kieran, because I actually do American football broadcasting on the side. So I've actually invested like over $1,000 in equipment. So
Crazy.
This is a blip on the radar, I assure you.
Oh yeah, I'm just joking, but yeah, I know. You said
I
you
know,
said that
but
on.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I take pride in my work sometimes, and I like to clarify when stuff like that gets brought up.
True. I know you were saying. Do you do any NFL football or just college football?
Actually, high school.
High school football. That's crazy.
I'm a play-by-play online announcer for a local high school football team, and they're actually in the playoffs. They got a game on Saturday, so
that's awesome.
That's so cool.
I'm doing it at the hyper local level right now, hoping that the stuff that I record can get sent to recruiters and stuff and get me a job at the college and pro level one day.
Can you check that out? Like, can I check out the game with you announcing it, or do I have to watch? Do I have to watch the game?
Absolutely.
And...
Yeah, I'll send you the link to my Facebook page, and I've got previously recorded videos on there that you can listen to.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I go on Facebook Live and I do like a scoreboard type thing because technically the state doesn't allow us to do video of the playing field.
Yep.
So I'll do the radio stuff and then have like a scoreboard on Facebook Live.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'd like to hear that. I'm a big football fan, so.
All right,
Well,
who's three are we at?
the game we most recently did was pretty exciting. We had to get a pick 6 in the final 2 minutes to put the game away.
Oh,
I believe it's Zach's 3.
Zach's 3.
It is my 3.
Yeah, it's you
yes,
too.
I apologize. I got really
Kieran,
derailed
you
there.
went, right?
My number 3 is the 1947 Miracle on 34th Street with Edmund Gwenn as the title character. As much as I love Attenborough, there's just something different about this Miracle on 34th Street. Gwen just encapsulates the character and the whimsy of Santa Claus so well, and is able to win over a couple of people who are usually very logic driven. And like by the end of the movie, he's got them believing in him, that he really is Santa Claus. Not necessarily like this jolly, jovial person with a bunch of elves living in the North Pole, but like this concept, this frame of mind that if you believe in the right people, then that faith is justified. And one of the lines they've got at the very end of the movie is, faith is believing in something when common sense tells you not to. And to me, that just kind of epitomizes the Christmas season. Like, it may be tough to fully believe that, 2020 is going to be over soon, but we're in the holidays, and
super
faith
thankful
is
for 2020 almost being over, by the way.
right. But that line is just one that always resonates with me every year. I always end up tweeting it whenever I'm watching this movie. Faith is believing in something when common sense tells you not to. It's super quotable and super relatable, and the whole movie's kind of like that. Even in 1947, there's still elements of it that are relevant today.
I dig it. I know it's a classic. I know when my grandfather was still alive, that was one of his favorites too. So, no, I get it, man. Totally. Tommy B, so that's kind of cool that we have both versions of it represented on the list too, from two different people as well. So, Tommy B, what do you got at 3?
Number 3 was already in a listed earlier place. Came out about a year or two ago. I've seen it a few times already. It's become one of my favorite Christmas movies. It is Claus. It's a film that apparently was in development for a good number of years, and in my opinion, come out to be one of the damn best holiday movies. If you want to say today, but definitely in recent years.
Nice. I definitely got to watch that. You guys were definitely hyping that up.
The power of putting something that high that just came out, because Christmas movies are a tradition, and it's hard to be a tradition when you've only been out for one season so far.
Yeah.
But are we rating
I
it
feel like
based
that
on...
brings it up even more.
But are we rating these movies based on nostalgia value, or are we doing it based on how they were executed, how they're written, that kind of thing? Because I feel like everyone kind of did their lists a little bit differently by how they rated these movies. Because there was really we didn't specify how we were doing the list.
I wouldn't have Jingle All the Way up here if we were going on based on acting and execution.
Okay, you know what?
I did mine for overall, like how much do I
sort of
feel
everything
the
combined
need or desire to watch this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
all right.
Zach, you were going to say something about this movie, right?
I
heard you
was
chime
going
in
to
and
echo
cut you off.
I was just going to kind of echo Tommy. Like, it's just a really well-made movie, and it's one that definitely puts you in the Christmas spirit. Like, my dad would probably have Polar Express like in his top 3 because it's just something that puts him in the Christmas spirit. Doesn't do that for me, but it does it for him, which is awesome. And Claus may not be for everyone because it's a little bit slower and it's a little more somber at times, but I think that's what gives it its heart, is the tonality of it. They use like a lot of nighttime scenes, because even though you've got a lot of snow and stuff going on, snow usually makes things really, really bright, but they adjust for that. They compensate for that by having some night sequences to emphasize like how dark and dreary things are for the community. And so like they strike a balance really well. And then when things do get better, you see like more lights on in the homes, and you see like Christmas lights going up, and the music starts getting peppier and things like that. Like just very subtle things that you really have to pay attention to. But like your second watch, it just like really emphasized that the creators went to a lot of work and a lot of detail to make this like as heartfelt of a movie as possible. And I feel like they did a really good job.
Yeah.
Really well said.
We didn't talk about the warring townspeople, part of 2 different kind of tribes as well. Is kind of a funny story going on there during that movie.
Right. Yep. That was a component as well.
The townspeople all hating each other was part of why were not in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, that's true.
Alrighty, everyone. It's time for the penultimates. Number 2. For me, it's Home Alone, the first one. I love Home Alone. Can't wait to watch Home Alone again. But I can't remember if Home Alone was already talked about or not. I know Home Alone 2 was.
I believe that kind of goes into the Is Home Alone a Christmas movie whole thing. Not to bring it back up again, please don't. But it was touched on, but if you want to, I feel like it could be more detailed.
I mean, I just love the movie. I think it's great. I think it's absolutely a Christmas movie. And I think it's hilarious that every time he sees the old dude, he thinks he's like this killer. Poor old guy's one of the nicest guys he could ever meet. But the kids just, I mean, not to mention, what do they call themselves again? Is it the Wet Bandits?
They are the Wet Bandits in the first one, and they are the Sticky Bandits, I think, in the second one.
So it's it's just
Gotta
great.
change the brand, rebrand.
It's because Marv turns the tap on and plugs the sink at every house. That's the calling card.
Kennedy, what do you have at 2?
I have Elf at 2. I'm gonna be honest though, when I was younger, I actually did. You know the spaghetti that he makes?
Oh, with the syrup and the Pop-Tarts and the candy?
Yeah. My brother and I actually tried it, and it was disgusting. No, it's not surprising that it was okay, you know what? It's not surprising that it was disgusting, but like if anyone ever wants to try it, don't. It was gross. Not worth it.
Kieran, what do you got at 2, man?
Number 2, I have the Santa Claus.
Nice.
We've already talked about it a bunch, so.
Does everyone have the Santa Claus on their list?
It's on mine. Tommy, was it on yours?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, it was on Tommy's. I don't remember if it was on Zach. Oh. Hey.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was 4 for me, but these top 4 kind of change around every year, so it's one of those must watches of the holiday season for me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, go ahead.
I guess we're to my number 2. The only reason that this one isn't as higher up is because for a good while, I wasn't allowed to watch this movie. It was the thing that my parents watched after they put us to bed on Christmas Eve, and they would work on our stocking stuffers and sometimes just be wrapping all of our presents. They were procrastinators like crazy. But when I was like 11 or something, they thought, maybe he's old enough. And like we got 10, 15 minutes into it, and they were like covering my eyes and plugging my ears during certain sequences. And I was like, I can't enjoy this. I'm just going to bed. And finally, like 2-3 years later, I got to experience it in all of its glory. And I've been watching it like 10 or 12 years ever since. And that would be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I love the movie now, but there's not as much nostalgia attached to it for me because I was late getting into it. But it's hilarious. It's amazing. I feel like it's going to get discussed in greater detail at some point before the evening's concluded.
Oh yeah.
But it's probably Chevy Chase's shining moment when he goes on that monologue about his boss at the end of the movie. Like that's just one of the funniest, greatest scenes of any holiday movie or just any movie, period. And like we lived part of that movie, actually. My family did. Back in December of 2000, we actually had a squirrel that took shelter from the rain and went under our chimney sweep covering, fell down the pipe, hit the flue, busted it open, and ran around in our house and actually ran up the Christmas tree.
Nice. That's, I mean, not nice, but yeah, nice. You know,
I was about to say, you really
That's
didn't
nice
listen
of
to the
you.
fucking story, did you?
no, I got it.
A squirrel.
Hence why I was
in
like, nice,
the
but not
Christmas
so nice.
tree.
Nice isn't how it
squirrel
relates
in
to the movie.
the tree. A squirrel in the tree. It was ridiculous. It was crazy. So yeah, that movie's got some personal aspects to me, but probably more for my parents because I was like 7 or 8 when it happened, but they relive it over and over again in their minds all the time.
Super chat sent in by our very own Intel Wild, $25. Merry Christmas to Fandom Empire. Thank you, dude. Merry Christmas to you. We'll stay in touch, dude. You're awesome, man. We got to get you on here one day, dude. We managed to get Frank Riker and Darren over here. We need to get Intel on the show one day and just geek out over everything.
All three? Question mark.
By the way, oh yeah, maybe a round table with all of them. That'd be fun. Maybe we'll pull Dave in too. Fantastic Fivesome. That kid is very angry upstairs. I've been hearing him for like the last 20 minutes. So
I was gonna mention it.
Tommy, number 2.
Number 2 for me came in as the movie. It's already been mentioned. The story of Buddy the Elf. Little piece of side trivia I like to always mention when I talk about this movie is the beginning of the movie when Buddy is arriving in New York. You'll miss the detail. There's a coach bus driving through. It says Klein on it. That's a bus that now it's long gone, but belonged to a company I used to work for called Klein Transportation. Small little family-owned company, probably only 30 to 40 some buses on the lot. Real nice piece of trivia that was pointed out to me shortly after I started working there. Good group of folks over there. So yeah, number 2 for me came in at the Elf. Ever since I saw it in theaters, it's just become one of my favorite holiday films. I watch it every year, sometimes twice a year. It's just one of those movies that has become an instant classic.
Awesome, man. Good stuff.
Fun fact about that sequence where he's let loose in New York. Pretty much all of that was not rehearsed. Like everything that he did from the tunnel sequence all the way up until like he's eating the gum off of the street and stuff. Like the thing in the coffee shop, they just put a camera in there and then they just let Will Ferrell loose. And like the dude in the red suit.
I feel like that's not a good idea.
Yeah, world's best cup of coffee, and the dude in the red suit that he like walks up to and like spins around. That was just a man with a beard in a jumpsuit walking down the street in New York.
So wasn't
like
even
he
an
wasn't
extra?
he wasn't an actor. He was just somebody that was there, and they're like, "Oh, this is perfect," and they just set Will loose in New York, and he did all that shit without any practice or rehearsal.
Love that.
That's awesome. That's what I'm saying. He could just transport himself into this Will Ferrell character, and just do that. Like he could just pretend he's a 4-year-old in a 40-year-old's body and just run around and do funny shit.
Walk up to actual like random people he's never seen before in his life. Probably
And just
creep
be
them
like,
out a
"That's
bit,
not
and then they
Santa."
go, "That's Will Ferrell."
Oh, one other fun fact about that movie. They were originally going to have Wanda Sykes as the manager of the toy department.
That would have been the
Ah,
best.
that would have been good. I do like the guy
She
who
dropped
filled in,
out.
though.
She dropped out at the very last minute, and they got like a last minute replacement who was like a buddy of Jon Favreau's, and like he just jumped in really, really quickly and did it really well. But if you look at his name badge, it'll say Wanda on it because they were so sure that Wanda was going to be in the film.
Wow.
I'll have to look out for that next time I watch it. A little
Yeah.
Easter egg.
I feel
Yeah.
like it'd be hard to get Wanda Sykes to be on there without swearing when she was getting mad at him.
Whenever she appears on Curb Your Enthusiasm, I'm just dying because she like gets all over Larry David all the time. All right, it's time for our number ones, but before we do, Jade has her list. I'm going to read it here. Number 10 is Unaccompanied Minors. I've never even heard of that. Number 9 is Home Alone. 8's The Santa Claus. 7 is Die Hard.
I'm waiting for the comment on that one.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get in shit for that. 6 is Jingle All the Way, which I just love. 5's I'll Be Home for Christmas. 4 is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. 3 is A Christmas Story. I'm just going to say, I think Christmas Story is one of the most overrated Christmas movies there is.
Wasn't on a lot of these lists.
Well, we haven't got to number 1 yet, but Number 2 is Four
Are you implying
Christmases.
something there, Sean?
It ain't on my number 1, that's for sure. And Four Christmases is at number 2, which is just fantastic. We just watched that. And number 1's The Grinch. I'm assuming she means the original, but maybe she means the Jim Carrey one. I'm not sure.
I'm hoping she means Jim Carrey.
So, Polar Express was on a list. I think it was on Kennedy's, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was number...
You missed it, Zach.
6, I think. Yeah, 6.
Number 1 for me is one that I know nobody else is going to have at number 1, and none of you guys even had it on your list. It is The Family Man with Nicolas Cage, which I think is just a fantastic Christmas movie.
What the hell is that?
It's
Who's Nicolas Cage?
I haven't seen it.
I am the guy to talk to about Nicolas Cage, but perhaps on another night.
No, I know who Nicolas Cage is. I'm just not a fan.
It's a really good movie. It's almost like an alternative Christmas Carol movie. It's not the same, but basically a guy meets the angel of death, basically, and they send him back, not necessarily in time, but almost like to an alternate dimension of what his life could have been if he made different choices. And it's just
It's
do you want to be a millionaire, or do you want the family and alone, or do you want to,
That's very. It's a Wonderful Life almost.
It's very Nicolas Cage.
I love the movie. I think he's great in it too.
I just realized Scrooged was not on anyone's list yet either.
Wayne Gotke. Wow, did nobody listen to the show or listen to what we were? Wayne Gotke says Bad Santa gets no love at all. Bad Santa was on a couple of people's list. It was on mine. It was on.
It's on mine.
It's on Kieran's.
Did you have Bad Santa or Bad Santa 2?
It was Bad Santa. Bad Santa 2 was not good enough for a list.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Love you though, Wayne. Kennedy, what do you got at number 1?
Y'all are gonna hate, and if any of you try to debate me on this, I'm gonna fight you all.
Hang on, I gotta queue up the boo button 1 second.
If you boo this, Sean, I'm gonna jump over this table so quick, and don't you dare.
Alrighty.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
You knew that anyway?
No, I'm good with that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, it's a Halloween movie.
No, it's a Christmas
no, it's
movie.
A Christmas. It literally says Christmas in the title.
It's a Christmas movie.
I
It's
don't
kind of
think
both.
I don't think it's not a Christmas movie.
It's a year-round
I just said,
movie.
I personally watch it on Halloween because there's a few movies to watch on Halloween. Well, there's a lot of movies to watch on Halloween, but with
Nightmare
my
Before
kids,
Christmas.
with my kids' movies, there's a few movies to watch on Halloween. There's like a million to get through on Christmas. So
See, I do like a full Tim Burton marathon on Halloween. Like it's just,
Nice.
It's just a thing. But
Edward Scissorhands is also a Christmas movie in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Takes place during Christmas?
That's debatable.
Okay, I don't know.
It's kind of like
I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's kind of like the logic behind Die Hard being a Christmas movie.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen it in forever, so
Yeah.
Whoa. Alrighty, Kieran, what do you got at number 1, man?
all right. So I'm gonna give you my number 1 by saying this.
X-Men Christmas special.
Okay.
Stop yourself right there.
Hey, if any of you are looking for any last-minute gift ideas, for me, I have one. I'd like my boss, Frank Shirley. I want him brought down here right in front of with a big ribbon on his head, and I want to look him straight in the eye and tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit, where's the Tylenol?
Is it bad that I don't know what this is from?
I've
That's
definitely
horrible.
heard that before,
That
but
is
I don't remember. from
Terrible
where.
if you don't know what that is from.
That is literally awful that you don't know.
That is the worst thing ever. You don't deserve to be on this podcast anymore.
It is the rant from Christmas Vacation. And the only part that I like more than that part is when Cousin Eddie asks him, he's like, "Are you surprised?" And he's like, "If I woke up with my head sewn to the carpet tomorrow, I wouldn't be any more surprised than I am now."
Oh, I had a relative. He's no longer with us, but I had a relative that acted like Cousin Eddie, and oh my gosh! Anytime I hear these lines, I'm like, "Okay, Richard," but I think my favorite Eddie line is the one where he's like, "You remember when I had that metal plate in my head? I had to have it removed because every time Catherine fired up the microwave, I pissed my pants, forget who I was for a half hour."
So, because I didn't know what that line was from, Jade just texted me, "We space are space done."
But she's keeping the ring.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Jade says in the comments, she's like, "Damn it, I forgot Batman on my list." It's okay, I did too, not gonna lie. And I'm repping the mug, so I think that's worse.
What do you got at one, Zach?
My number one is one that was like on a couple other people's top threes. It's Elf. We watch Elf right after Thanksgiving dinner. Like, that is how we inaugurate the Christmas season. We don't have the trees up yet. We don't have the lights up yet. We don't have the stockings up. We don't have anything like that. But like, the way that we kick off the Christmas season is as soon as everybody goes home from Thanksgiving dinner, we go and pull out the movie collection and we start the Christmas season by watching Elf. And let me tell you another little anecdote about why this movie means a lot to me. It's not just because of Will Ferrell. It's not just because of the humor. It's not just because of whatever. Like, if you go and watch the Netflix original about the holiday movies that made us, they've got one for Elf and they got one for Nightmare Before Christmas, and they're both excellent. Like, that can show you the production value behind this movie. But if you go into Elf with the perspective that Buddy is on the autism spectrum, it changes the whole dynamic of the film. If you create this headcanon that Buddy is autistic, it really changes how you interpret the way things are done and executed. I know that probably wasn't the way it was made by the writers, but my brother's autistic. And I think the reason why it resonates so well with our family is because we think that could be something that could happen. You know, similar to like Rudolph being a misfit. That's one that my brother really loves to watch. I think he feels like a misfit. And I think he also connects with Buddy on some level because he's really enthusiastic about Christmas. It's his favorite holiday. He really loves to sing for people and be friends with everybody. He loves Christmas cookies. He loves Santa Claus. Like, the enthusiasm and the excitement level that Buddy has about the season is almost equal to the enthusiasm my brother has. And so if you go into the movie with the idea that maybe Buddy's autistic, it really kind of gives you a glimpse into the life with autism for just an hour and a half. And it really means a whole lot more to my family when we watch it with that point of view.
I totally resonate with that, man. I know Kieran does too.
Yeah.
My oldest is autistic. I know people can't see it, but in the left-hand corner of my room is my softball jersey, and the sleeve has the autistic puzzle pieces on it. It's something that autism awareness is something I value, and looking at it that way, I could absolutely see how it would resonate so highly with you. So
I got some chills thinking about that. That's actually really neat, especially when James Caan's character, says, gets super angry because he doesn't understand. And then like, he thinks back on it and he thinks like, this is actually a wonderful person. Like, I just didn't see that it was getting in the way of my regular, typical life instead of being interpreted by someone on the spectrum. And I have a son on the spectrum, and I work with kids on the spectrum for, most of my time. Not always, but a lot of my time at school.
I really appreciate the difference in, I guess, perspective. Like, it's definitely something that makes you think. And, like, I got goosebumps.
Awesome. Bravo, man. Bravo.
Thank you, guys.
Tommy B, I mean this in every sense of the way. Finish us all off.
Maybe not every sense.
Yeah, I can't speak for Kennedy, but I'll speak for the other guys.
No thanks.
So, number one, let's start with, I hope you can hear me, because this is the second stream in a row my AirPods have died on me.
We knew this would be a long one, though.
I think the battery's degrading on them, even though I only got them back in the summer. So whatever, moving on. Number one for me came in at National Lampoon's. Oh shit! I was gonna fucking play a whole fucking thing where I straight up was gonna say the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, well, you blew it.
Fucking...
I guess you should just.
I guess I'll just go festively fuck myself with the long end of the candy cane. Shit.
Fuck
so
yourself.
we are clear, y'all have ruined candy canes for me. Like, I never want to see another candy cane again, and it's all your guys' fault.
Oh my god, yeah. She's totally
Get
gonna
away.
There is
Okay.
there is no non-seductive way to eat a candy
You
cane.
guys can't see this, but Sean just posted a rainbow candy cane, and that's what makes it even worse. And he's like, "Get that away from me!"
Because like based, based on what he said earlier, that might have been up his butt. So.
Well, I mean, if you swing that way.
I'm assuming that's why you don't like candy canes anymore, because you assume they've been used in an unsavory way.
Well, that's the way you guys are talking about candy canes right now, and
I
I
know,
don't
I'm
appreciate
actually-
it. Y'all just ruined it.
I'm purposely talking about them again that way, just to reinforce it.
Hey, Zach,
Sean, get away.
We need a one-off sequels and shots reappearance soon, man.
Why did I agree
Maybe
to this
sometime
again?
over the break.
Why
Ooh.
Yeah.
Someone please explain to me why I agreed to this stream?
You said you want to be on the next episode of Sequels and Shots with us, where we do shots all through a watch along?
That's not a good idea with my alcohol tolerance.
It could be a
Like,
fun
I'd
night.
be toast
That
after
would be
2
awesome.
3 shots.
Jade was down here for one of them, and she was just done.
If you told me all the ideas that you had for different streams and shows, I would just be here every night. Like, I would just have a sleeping
There's a
bag in the
bunch.
corner.
There's a bunch. It's just pacing yourself, not diving too far head first. But there you have it. Number one for Tommy B's Christmas Vacation. Although it's too bad you forgot the holiday special, because I think you would have had a lot of people believing it.
That would have been a real
it,
fucking
Jake, do
good
it.
line, but I was distracted
it.
from the fucking AirPods. Shit.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Actually, don't. I hate you, Jade.
I
I just read that full comment. I just saw. Is it bad that I want to come downstairs and make it rain candy on Kennedy? My brain is just so done with candy canes that it just like dismissed the canes part. Get away, Sean. Stop yourself.
Alrighty. I guess, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. That's the show. That's our top 10. 2.5 hours later. It was fun. Just think how long this would have went if the other 4 people that were supposed to be here would have been here. We wouldn't have had as long of a build-in, though.
We would have been here until 1 a.m.
I hijack the show too often. I try to stop myself.
Low key.
It's hey, it has to happen. It makes classic entertainment, and this was a lot of fun. Tommy B, man, where can everybody find you at, dude?
Well, everyone, I hope you all have happy holidays. You can catch me hanging around our Facebook groups and pages. Check out Fandom Empire Den, the channel's Facebook group. Check out Future of Halloween, Future of Star Wars, and any other ones we got in there. If you want to find me on Twitter or Instagram, you can find me at TommyB1650.
I thought for sure you were going to lead that off with, you can find me festively going to fuck myself.
On Twitter and Instagram.
With the quick end of a candy cane?
Wow. Kieran, man, where can everybody find you and Thaden at and the Rogue Sun stuff?
You can find us at Rogue Sons, a Star Wars podcast on Facebook. We are going to record a giant special episode on Saturday, and that should be out by Sunday. Also, you can just find me on Facebook, because I deleted 53 people today, so I need
So he's
some
looking to
more
add 53
cool people.
more toxic people. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. People are kind of all toxic, but I want new toxic.
Aw,
I
thanks.
got bored of all the other people. So yeah, just add me on Facebook.
Alrighty. Kennedy, welcome back. And
Thank you.
I can confirm now that you've reiterated that you will be doing it. You can find Kennedy in 2021 right here on the occasional Fandom Empire live stream, but also on a either once to twice monthly show with Jade, where they're going to dive into serial killers and murder mysteries and all sorts of conspiracy theories like that on a show called Boobs and Atmosphere, which is very fitting for the two of them. So, alrighty. Where else can everybody find you at?
You can find me on Facebook at Kennedy, spelled Kenady Walker, or on Instagram at KENADY1209.
Awesome.
That's about it.
It was fun to have you back here again. Zach,
Thank you.
where can everybody find you and everything you got going on, dude?
Oh man, I'm kind of all over the place. I've been taking a little bit of a hiatus from IPC, but we're getting ready for like a revamped 2021, which is going to be really fun. So go find us at IPC Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you want to keep up with like the football stuff I was telling y'all about earlier, then that is on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/Zach the Voice, ZACH the Voice, and then I'm also Zach the Voice on Twitter. And Zach.thevoice on Instagram.
Yeah, don't forget that you can check us out at Facebook groups, Fandom Empire Den, Twitter handles are at Fandom Empire Now and at Star Wars IRB. Instagram's Fandom Empire Now and Star Wars IRB, and Facebook pages are Fandom Empire, Halloween Kills 2020, Supernatural Revisited, the Future of Halloween group, and all that much more. For Frank Riker and I'm clicking the wrong things here. For Frank Riker and Toronto Freddy, who was not with us tonight, unfortunately, big thanks to everything they do. I'm on the wrong thing again. I got rid of Zach. There we go. Big thanks to everything they do around the channel. To those of you that donated tonight, I mean, the idea that we can make what's probably going to be about $55 Canadian, even though it says 60 American, YouTube will take their cut. Just doing a Christmas tree for you guys, and you guys support us in that way. It means the world. So thank you. We have so much stuff coming up in 2021. Imperial Remnant broadcast is going to be live each and every Tuesday, having a ton of fun. Thursdays is Fandom Empire Live. I just mentioned that Kennedy and Jade have Boobs and Atmosphere, which is the serial killer / conspiracy / just haunted whatever show. Whatever they come up with, they'll be doing. And then Ian and myself, Ian returning back to the fold, are going to be doing basically a half-an-hour Star Wars podcast each week where it's not structured or anything. It's two guys that are basically sitting down having blue milk at a cantina talking about whatever Star Wars thoughts are on their mind. So you'll be able to check that out too. Lots of stuff going on at Fandom Empire. Thank you for the support. And Merry Christmas, but we'll see you a couple of times before then. And look out for Fandom Empire Underground either tomorrow or on Sunday. For those of you that don't know, The Mandalorian Season 2 wraps up tomorrow. So try not to get spoiled. And have a great weekend, everybody. Good night.